Welcome to another stream of Reaper promotion stuff.
We're switching
yeah.
it up since my computer keeps on shutting off randomly during the Elden Ring playthrough. We're gonna wait to have it fixed.
Yes, I need to get a new power supply for that. But
until then, we can play. Actually, Adam can play.
Yes.
His own Reaper challenge.
Yes.
Playing Ichabod in Daggerfall.
Yes.
Elder Scrolls 2. Let's go. Any Daggerfall fans in the chat? Didn't think so.
Yeah, I can't imagine. I can't imagine there's a tremendous amount of people who have played Daggerfall. Because I love the Elder Scrolls, and even I hadn't played it until a couple days ago. So.
Yeah, I mean, people talk well and good about Morrowind, but, you know.
Yeah. Anyway.
I just said...
Oh, the doggo being demanding. He can't even pay his way by being cute on stream.
Yeah, he's broke.
He's a broke
dog.
broke dog.
This thing just keeps on clicking underneath it.
Anyway, this is the main menu of Daggerfall. Yeah.
We are starting stream a little bit early.
Yes.
as you might have noticed. Mostly just because we just randomly decided to stream an hour earlier.
Yeah.
So take that as you will.
Oh, I guess I should post it to the Gilded.
Oh yeah, let Gildan know that we're streaming.
There's stream announcements. Okay.
Hey, Basil.
Welcome. Okay. Now. Yes. So let's start a new game. I don't know if it plays the cinematic before I make my character or after.
You still have... Oh, okay.
See?
Never mind.
Oh, okay.
The stream was just taking a while to update.
So
far we have 48% on the campaign. Woo! Let's try to get up to 50%, shall we?
Hey, what the hell is this? So you've heard of Skyrim, right? I assume Pyro's here? This, like before there was Skyrim, there was Oblivion. And before there was Oblivion, there was Morrowind. And before there was Morrowind, believe it or not, there was still electricity. There was Daggerfall on DOS. Like, before Windows XP, the people were playing Daggerfall. Or, I don't know, maybe I have the timeline fucked up. So, this game, the first two games...
It's the Elder Scrolls 2?
Yeah, this
Daggerfall.
is Elder Scrolls 2, and believe it or not, Morrowind introduced two races to the game that you cannot play in Daggerfall or Arena. Does anyone want to guess which races those are? I wonder if this game has aged horribly. It looks beautiful. It's a wonderful game.
Well, there is like a neat art direction with it. I think the backgrounds, and especially like the dungeons, they're cheaping out with like reusing a lot of assets over and over and over again. Yeah. That can be said about a lot of the Elder Scrolls games, though, really.
Yeah.
But I mean, the characters, there's so many of them. They have some pretty nice looking designs.
All right, so we've got a guess in chat from Mr. Lowry. We're guessing Khajiit and Argonian. So let's see. Can I play as an Argonian? I can. Do I want to be an Argonian? Absolutely not.
No, thank you.
Can I be a Khajiit? Let's click on elsewhere. I can indeed. Do I want to be a Khajiit? No. Although the Khajiit in this game are basically just cat boys. Like they're like super human looking, and they just have cat eyes and like a flesh tail.
Yeah, and they wear less clothing.
It's absolutely horrifying. So it's not Khajiit, it's not Argonian. Any other guesses? It would have.
I have a guess.
Well, you already know, but for me, it would have been the least. It would be literally my last guess, because I would never have expected it to be like one of them. I knew. For sure, it made sense, and the other one was a total surprise. What do you guys think? I'm curious if anyone would guess which race you cannot, which two races you cannot play as in Daggerfall, because it's the most bizarre choice. I actually don't quite understand it, because I'm not even. It makes me wonder if it was canonically a race in this game, or if people just never thought about it. But
I don't hear any more guesses in chat. Imperial, says Eric Larry.
it is Imperial. That's right. Imperial's one of them. See, you can click on Imperial Province and nothing happens. So the other one is obviously Orc, as you would probably guess. Humans, because why? But you can play as Skyrim, the Nords. You can play as Nords. And you can play as the other humans, Bretons, which, I want to be a Breton.
Is
Male.
it because the Imperial Province is like a mix mash of races in there?
I don't know if Imperials existed as a race at this point, or if it was just Nords and Bretons.
Right.
If they just didn't think about there being a sort of, because Imperials are essentially kind of a bland race. Like when you think about Nords, they are their lore is that they were breathed out of the wind god, and they're these powerful, immune to freezing to death, super powerful Viking guys,
right,
who can breathe shockwaves that knock things over. In Oblivion, there's a lore book that's oh yeah, when they siege a city, they don't use siege weapons. They form a wedge, the boar's head formation. It's a famous Viking formation. And then they just all shout at the same time to blow up the gate. They just blast it open with Fus Roda.
Sounds pretty sick. Pretty metal.
I didn't realize there was actually concrete lore for shouts in earlier games, but apparently there was.
Yeah, well, you know how finicky the lore can be.
Oh yeah. Poor orcs don't have a sovereign nation. Poor orcs. Well, they are poor, but they're poor because we burned their nation to the ground. So, yeah, I wonder if Imperials just never... So the choice here is answer a bunch of stupid questions like the Gek test, or just pick a class. I'm going to pick a class. And I'm not picking any of these because everyone knows custom class is the most broken.
Hell yeah.
Now, this is a...
making Ichabod.
We're going to be making a Reaper, right? That's his class, right? Yeah. So, this thing on the side, this is how difficult it is for you to level up. But as you know in Elder Scrolls games, or you might not know, but in Elder Scrolls games, the more skill advancements you get per level up, the more attribute points you get towards your attributes. So it's actually better to level up slower because then you guarantee you're going to get the max bonus to all of your attributes. So anyway, you can increase the max hit points. You roll for your hit points each level. Obviously, I got a mod that makes me just get the max benefit because RNG is kind of stoop. So you can see the dagger gets higher, or perhaps falls lower. Now, as far as his attributes, do people like Reapers? No, they don't like Reapers, right?
No.
So let's throw that personality in the trash. Yeah, we'll just... And as far as I know, there's no fast... Oh, you can click to go faster. Okay. What else? What do we need? We need agility? Yeah, we need agility. Let me just... There's no, shift click as far as I could find, so... Do we need willpower? I don't think we do. Does Ichabod canonically have willpower? So anyway, in this, you cannot recover magicka without sleeping, which is insane. But you can't... So you have to rest for 8 hours to get all your magicka back. Bonkers. So willpower is trash. It gives you magic defense, but who needs that shit? Not us.
Yeah, Eric says, incentivizing your player not to level up is the most backwards designed decision I've ever seen. I'm glad Skyrim did away with that. Yeah, that really is frustrating.
Well, you want them to level up their non-main skills, right? Okay, so what do we... Oh, we need speed. We gotta max out that speed. I've never made a character quite this fucking min-maxed, but I guess I could just max out... Oh, shit, no. I'm out of luck. Okay, ooh. Okay. I don't know if this is gonna be okay, but anyway. So there's a couple ways you can break the game. Now you have spell absorption, which you could have, and how spell absorption works in this, it's not a percentage chance. Isn't that insane? So in Oblivion, it's like if you have 50% spell absorption, it's a 50% chance that you'll absorb a spell cast at you.
Right.
In this game, guaranteed spell absorption if you have magic in your magicka pool that like if you have a deficit, if you have room in your magic pool. So if you have sorry, I don't know if I'm explaining this poorly. If you have 200 maximum magicka and you spend 150 of it, and you have 150 missing from your magic pool, and someone casts a spell that their spell costs 100 magicka, you automatically absorb it and you get 100 magicka. But if you have max magicka and someone casts a spell at you, you can't absorb it. So, you can get spell absorption and then shoot an AoE spell, which would hit you, because this game is a little stupid. When you do AoE spells, they blow up and hurt you. There's friendly fire for yourself. However, if you have spell absorption, you absorb 100% of the cost of the spell and still deal damage with it. And you're guaranteed to have less magic in your magicka pool than the cost of the spell, because you just cast a spell that costs exactly that. So you can infinitely bombard an enemy at close range with explosions and keep on gaining your magic back, which I find super entertaining. But that's not what we're going to be doing today. We're gonna get some stuff. So, does Ichabod heal like Wolverine in the comic? He does, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna get that. What should we get immunity in? Oh, we can get immunity to magic? Okay, let's get that. Immunity... He's immune to disease, right? In the comic? And immunity to... Oh, poison. That'd be good, too. Can we get immunity to paralysis? Alright, yeah, that sounds good. What else do we have in this fucking thing? Expertise in Shortblade, because he can use daggers. Now, you can see, if we try to exit here, it'll be like... well, it'll say you can't be in the red. It's like too far, too difficult, whatever. So we add disadvantages. What disadvantages do we get? We can get ourselves Darkness-Powered Magery. Unable to use magic in daylight. And then unable to... Light-Powered Magery. Unable to use magic in darkness. So you can never cast spells. And then inability to regen spell points. And with just those, just foregoing magic, you can get a ridiculous amount of bonuses. Is that cheating? One might say so, yes. Forbidden armor type. He can't use plate mail, right? He uses leather.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean...
Yeah. That feels like, you know, as far as the first comic, he's not using plate mail, so.
Sure.
Forbidden material... I guess there's no materials that are really forbidden to him in the comic, right? Like,
right.
yeah, there's not the yeah. Okay, I'll try to be like semi lore accurate. Here's the question: should we use magic? It'd be much easier to make a character that does not use magic. It feels a little cheaty, but you know. I'm going back to my assertion the game probably hasn't aged well. Oh, shush. It's fine. It's fine.
Wait until you see this opening cutscene.
Oh,
fantastic.
Dude. The opening cutscene is live action. It features Uriel Septim the 7th. It's amazing.
Honestly, just the opening cutscene alone kind of makes me want to play this game, even though I would hate it.
So, I guess we shouldn't forego magic entirely. It's... Yeah. Yeah.
Are there any lore-accurate spells he can cast in this game?
What kind of spells does Ichabod have?
He's got a little bit of pyromancy. He can, make the magical daggers.
Can't make magical daggers. You can conjure daggers, but I don't think you can throw daggers in this game. I think Morrowind you can.
He can bloodhound step.
Okay, so like dodging. Yeah, there's a dodging skill. Well, on the subject of dodging skills, let's make that his primary skill. Yes, there is dodging as a skill. What's that you say? What the fuck is Centaurian? Well, that skill is the ability to speak to centaurs. Yes, you heard me right. Whenever you approach a centaur in this game, the game automatically checks your Centaurian skill, and if it's high enough, you will pacify the centaur by saying, hey, don't attack me. And so you naturally level up your centaur skill, your daedric skill, your dragonish skill, your giantish skill, your harpy skill, your impish skill, your nymph skill. Yes, there are nymphs. Your Spriggan skill, yeah, anyway, and Orcish. Just by encountering those creatures, fucking bizarre. Now, Critical Strike is, despite what the in-game description says, it is not the chance to do a crit, it is the chance to hit at all. So we're gonna grab that. That seems like it's good to hit. And then there's Long Blade and Short Blade, which I actually approve of. I think a lot of magic schools getting condensed does make sense from a design perspective. I would argue that having multiple different weapon skills gives the player the ability to kind of specialize and make multiple characters and feel like each character is unique. So I actually do approve of having Short Blade and Long Blade be separate, because when I make a character, I do make a dagger character and I do make a longsword character, and I feel that they're different, even if mechanically they're not. And so this just mechanically makes them different, which, you know. And then as far as, like, the regular skills, this is where I would put, like, Schools of Magic, I guess. But, Medical is your sleeping skill, which they have gotten rid of. But the amount of time it takes to sleep to recover your hit points is dependent on your medical skill.
Oh.
So it is literally a skill you level up by sleeping. Like, yeah. Fucking bonkers. And you have two separate persuasion skills, you'll notice. There's Etiquette, and then there's Streetwise. Streetwise is being rude to people, which most people seem to like you being rude to them, in my experience. And Etiquette is being polite. So, whatever.
Right.
The only spell I could imagine casting, realistically, in a playthrough, that would be recovering... maybe that's not true. Maybe I should be able to use magic. I would use...
I mean, it's not that big of a deal.
I would use maybe... Oh, he should climb, right? He could climb. He doesn't need magic to climb.
He can climb.
Okay, so I'll get
climbed up the castle wall.
Yeah, I'll use climbing as a skill, which is a skill. Incredible that modern games don't have climbing. When the Conan game put in climbing, I was like, Jesus Christ, why doesn't every game just do this? But the only other thing I would use it for is maybe water breathing or healing himself. But I think it's just easier to go without magic. TBH. Yeah.
Then who needs magic?
And you can have as much as 7 advantages, so I can take one more. I guess I'll grab athleticism. Yeah.
He is quite athletic.
Now, so major skills, we're not going to use any magic. Backstabbing. He's sneaky, right?
He is sneaky.
So crouch and sneak are separate buttons. Maddeningly insane. I don't know why that is, but it is. So that's it. Yeah, stealth. That makes sense. And streetwise, right? He's got some streetwise. And then, like we said, climbing. Are there any languages that he would speak? Where's climbing? Oh, climbing. Medical. Is he good at sleeping?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, he's skilled at sleeping. You heard it here, folks. Canon, he's good at sleeping.
You can tell by the bags under his eyes.
Running. He should be good at running. Swimming?
Sure.
Okay.
He can swim.
Does he speak to any creatures?
Other than human? Probably not.
Is he streetwise or is he polite? Oh, did I already grab Streetwise? I did.
Yeah.
That kind of seems insane to have it on like the major skills, but let's put running here. Can I put running here? Yeah, let me grab running and then put Streetwise in minor. All right, what else do we need? Oh, jumping, of course.
Yeah, jumping.
He's good at jumping.
Yeah.
Now we have like a lot of extra skills.
Thaumaturgy. Burn, burn.
You want thaumaturgy? Probably. Yeah, let's take illusion, despite the fact he can never cast spells.
Oh, you can do lockpicking, I guess.
Oh, that makes way more sense.
There's lockpicking as an option.
All right, now, this is kind of retardedly min-maxed, but you know, once you see how the game works, you'll understand. You'll understand what I've done, and you'll forgive me, I hope. Also, yeah, because I just don't think I'm going to cast any spells in combat.
No, that's fair.
Realistically. So anyway, do we want to have our character's background chosen automatically or choose it ourselves? We definitely want to choose it ourselves. Fight with a knife. Oh, sorry. At an early age, your family considered it important to learn how to... What do you think? You're the canon expert, Trisha. These are questions for you to answer.
Do these affect anything, or is it just...
Most certainly this will give me more short blade skill if you let me click fight with a knife.
Okay. Fight with a knife, go for it.
You were an active child. Faster, sneakier, a better swimmer, a better climber, or a better brawler than anyone else your age.
Okay. Either faster or sneakier. Which would you like?
I don't care, to be honest.
You go faster, because, like, everyone's always slow in these games.
Okay. You can get most of the things you want by stealing from mages and sages, diversified merchants, established temples, rich nobles. What are we thinking?
I guess.
Would Ichabod steal from a noble? Would he steal from a temple? Would he steal from a mage or a sage? Would he steal from a diverse merchant?
What would you even steal from a temple?
Lots of stuff. Like not in like modern, so like Christianity has this whole thing where it's like, don't make shit out of gold and have all this expensive bullshit. But before Christianity, that was all that was in temples. Lots of gold and stuff. First of all, like in like Carthage, for example, they had the Temple of Moloch or whatever. It's like one of their gods. They would have temple prostitutes. So people would go to the temple to pay for prostitution. And so there'd be a lot of money in the temple because they'd be earning lots of money every day from prostitution. So there was always, like, before Christianity, it was a shit ton of money in temples.
Well, that sounds like it's okay to steal from there, so...
Yeah.
Establish temples, alright.
The one skill you could not work without must be...
Could not work without?
Yeah. Kind of seems like dodging.
Yeah.
Because then you're dead.
Because go with dodging.
Okay.
Says, no climbing in games. Someone didn't play that copy of Breath of the Wild I think that I sent. You did send it. Sorry, yes, I have not played it. Sorry, just dropping by for a second to mention that I'm still waiting for Trisha to yell at me about Reaper. Have to go now. Have fun, everyone.
Would he steal it all? Probably not. Pyroseer, because he's like
steal souls.
Yeah. Okay. So though certainly not due to hard work, you happen to legitimately own an ebony dagger.
Yeah, sure.
I'm choosing that for you because that's the only thing that will make us succeed.
What thieving skill have you been practicing the longest?
Jumping. The skill that everyone knows leads to the most amount of roguery. Jumping.
Is critical striking good?
Critical striking is your chance to hit with everything.
So yes.
Where's your expertise in combat short-bladed weapons? Yeah. As a child, your nickname was... What was his nickname, canonically, as a child? Was it Monkey?
Does this have to do with anything?
I'm assuming that if you pick rabbit, it's like running, and then if you pick Quicksilver, it's also running, and then if you pick monkey, climbing, and then if you pick Guppy, it's swimming, and Scrapper is hand to hand. That's my guess.
Yeah, Quicksilver, I think maybe stealing.
Sure.
No, I'm not saying.
Quicksilver is Mercury. Like just in general, that's what Quicksilver
but
is.
But I'm thinking like for a nickname, maybe you pickpocket money fast. That's why you would be called Quicksilver. I don't know.
Maybe you'd be called Quicksilver because you give people horrible blood poisoning.
Yeah, that's an option too.
As a child.
A poisoning skill? Question mark. I don't know. I guess you could go with Rabbit and just get faster.
Was his nickname Rabbit? Locking it into the canon?
No.
Putting it into the wiki? Okay, we're gonna go Rabbit. What motivates you into a life of burglary? That's awfully assumptuous, but
We're
helping others, knowledge, riches, fame, fun.
What? I guess. Not that we're going like Robin Hoodie, but
Helping others?
I guess.
Let's do it. What god, if any, do you worship? So, what do I know about these gods? Akatosh is the
logic,
dragon.
Mercy, god of time, goddess of air, goddess of beauty, goddess of commerce, birth and death god.
The temples of Dibella happen to have lots of naked ladies in them. So I always...
That's probably not good for stream.
No, it's probably not. I always pick Dibella just because it has the naked ladies.
Okay.
I don't know what it affects or anything, but...
Yeah, what are the rest of these effects?
Mara has like a 10% plus efficiency to restoration magic amulet in Skyrim.
We don't need that.
Okay, well, you're lots of fun. Zenithar, yeah, Zenithar is money. That's commerce.
Hi, Gil. Welcome to
Welcome,
chat.
Gil.
We're playing Daggerfall as Ichabod.
Yeah, it is a rude game, Pyroseer. Assuming that I have a life of thievery simply because I picked only rogue skills.
Yeah,
I could
very
be
insidious.
I could be sneaking and pickpocketing for good. They don't know me.
Oh, did you pick pickpocketing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I can't change it now.
Not very lore accurate, yeah.
It will destroy my soul if I have to go change it.
Sure, yes.
You have to, because for whatever reason you can't just edit your class. You have to remake the entire class from scratch.
I mean, it's an old game, surely. So yeah, I don't know what
Pyroseer says we want the Naked Ladies Temple.
No. God damn it. Why did you do that? Shoes are gonna get taken down.
We don't have to go into a Naked Lady Temple.
Okay. For health as a child has made you.
I don't know what any of these do, and I assume it's bad.
I mean, yes, it's all like bad stuff, right? It's just like which will affect you the least, I guess.
Say less resistant to magic? I don't know.
Sure, if you don't have to fight a lot of magic enemies in the game. Your preferred criminal method is...
They're assuming we're criminals.
You picked pickpocketing! None of these, but you picked pickpocketing, so I guess you have to do that.
Basically, they're asking... Like, they would ask us a different... If I picked non... It's not because I picked pickpocketing, they're assuming that I'm a criminal. It's because I picked any rogue abilities.
Any rogue?
Yeah, Shortblade makes this happen, and, like... if you, it's a certain, like, majority, right? So, if, like, climbing, Shortblade, jumping, these are all rogue abilities. Mm-hmm. And so if you pick them, they'll assume that you're a rogue instead of an adventurer. If you...
That's a lot of jumping that you're doing.
Right.
You must be a criminal.
Right. So when I made a mage character, it asked me these questions in a different way. They, instead of saying, "What's your preferred criminal method?" it was like, you can learn. You have a close friend, and your friend is A, and then it would like list all these different, not these professions. It would be like a mage, a rogue, an archer. Like it would have stuff like that, or They word it differently depending on the skills that you pick in your class. So it's just assuming this because we're.
Hey, Jamie Rose, welcome to chat.
I'm gonna say mugging because because you kill, like, Ichabod kills monsters and then he takes their souls. He's mugging them for their souls.
Yeah.
So commoners like us more because of our answers. We are Ichabod.
You get it.
And
try to find a face that looks like him.
Let's see if there's any faces that look like Ichabod. I don't know. That looks a little Conan-y. He doesn't have any facial hair, does he?
He looks like a villain.
Yeah. He's got an earring. Does Ichabod have any?
He looks like what's that gun channel?
Oh, Brandon Herrera.
It looks like him.
Yeah, not like Ichabod though. What about this guy?
No.
He's got a goatee. Oh, does that look like him?
You know, it kind of does.
Okay, so this is. Oh wow, this is a really good roll we got. Maybe I'll just go with the first one. Save roll. So I guess we want speed to be high.
Yes.
But I think the starting roll is like the best one you're gonna get. So I'll just take that. Yeah, the starting roll is amazing. I guess we'll just max out speed. We'll be zipping around like crazy. I feel like we should have a webcam just for my hand to show you how ridiculous playing this game is.
Yeah, you have to move the mouse to swing the sword.
Yeah, so like if you hold on right click, you move the mouse around and it starts swinging. Anyway, yeah, I guess speed is what we want. I don't know.
Do we need more endurance? I don't know, like, how this game really functions with the skills.
So 1 point to strength makes us do 1 more damage. That makes sense, right? Mm-hmm. Endurance would increase our... Yeah, let's just do speed. Speed looks the most entertaining. You'll be swinging the dagger really fast, so...
Oh, yeah, that's... Okay.
Short blade and critical striking would both increase our chances to hit.
So they're both good.
I don't know. Just put it all in short blade, maybe? Stealth, running, backstabbing. I'm very curious what will happen if I actually can lockpick. So I'm put into that.
No, the locks will fear us.
When you try to open a door at night, it says this lock has nothing to fear from you, which is a crazy thing to say. I don't know how to lockpick in this game either. I think you equip a lock. No, that's Morrowind. I don't really know.
So I'm sure it's not a waste putting a lot of skill points into it.
Yeah, I'm sure. Climbing, I know we need to climb to get out of the dungeon, or we need to rely on, like, the interact button working, which is insane.
Or we just no clip.
Yeah. Running, stealth. All right, let's put it into stealth. We'll be stealthy boys. All right, my reflexes are very high because I play video games as a adult. Yeah, that all looks great.
Woo!
All right, you guys strap in. We've got a fucking amazing cutscene, a live action cutscene, the last of its kind.
I'm excited to see this again, actually. Blast that shit.
Raise the volume and mute us.
Have allowed the bonds of the empire to weaken and crack. Uriel Septim the Seventh cannot repair what his ancestors ignored. The provinces fight among themselves like neglected children, drunk with rebellion, and one indomitable power hides itself, but not forever.
Excuse the gloom, but none may know of this meeting. The nature of my trouble is darker still. Over a year ago, King Lysandus of Daggerfall died honorably on the field of battle. He was as loyal a subject, ally, and friend did grieve for him. But his spirit does not rest. With a spectral army, he haunts his former kingdom, crying for revenge. I do not know why a good and loyal man would be so cursed. Perhaps you can find the answer and close the marble jaws of oblivion, bringing peace to his soul. I ask this as your emperor and your friend. I have one lesser request. Several years ago, I wrote a letter to the Queen of Daggerfall. It never arrived. The letter was of a sentimental and personal nature. If you find and destroy that letter, I will be grateful. Now, my champion, rest well this night. For tomorrow you sail for the kingdom of Daggerfall.
Alright, who's hype? Who's hype?
Ass. Piracy says this cutscene detail level makes Kojima jealous.
Yeah, the guy holding the torch. The guy holding the torch has like the killer cheekbones and goatee. He looks like such a fucking wizard.
Villainous. Yeah.
Like, what a court wizard. That guy was born to play a court wizard. So you awake and look around the room. Not exactly a room, but yeah, sure. Some hours ago, you were in a boat en route to Daggerfall when a storm of supernatural strength boiled over the Iliac Bay like a malefic creature. Your boat was destroyed, but you managed to swim through churning water to a prominent... Let me see if I can stop the vacuum.
Yeah, just close the door. That's quieter.
Little did I know leaving a vacuum over there would cause it to be used. There you found a cave and escaped the fury of the storm. You had only just lit a small fire when a mudslide sealed you in. Your fear of being buried alive calmed when you saw the corridor leading out of the cavern. Perhaps there's a way out of this cave after all. Once free of this cave, you can begin the Emperor's quest. Do I want a tutorial? No. Now. Perfect. Now it starts us with our stuff. It starts us with our ebony dagger, which is very useful because it can hit ghosts. Oh wow, that's fast! Holy shit!
Oh yeah, let's fucking go.
So if you move it, so you hold on right click, and then you go left, it goes like that. Go right, it goes like that. And if you go forward, it goes like that. So fast, it stabs multiple times. Oh, you know what? Let me lower the volume a little bit. Actually,
yeah, we're not in a cutscene anymore, so screw it.
I'm like wondering. I don't know if you guys can hear the game volume at all because it doesn't really show up on the thing, unless it's like kind of up there. Let's do it like that.
Yes.
Oh, the music is hopping.
Says, reminds me of Hexen Beyond Heretic, which was built from the Doom engine. Yeah, it does have some Doom vibes, just with how it's all set up and everything.
All right.
Yeah, fuck you, rat.
So I have a difficulty mod on that makes more creatures spawn. Normally it'd be one rat. But
oh yeah, we look good.
Oh yeah, we look great. But because I've like min-maxed it and stuff, it should be fine. We'll survive. So excited to... Oh, shit.
Kill the shit out of those bats. Yeah.
Alright. Oh, fuck. Oh my god. Sensitivity too high. Imp just died.
Got him.
Get shit on. Alright, now imps carry stuff in this game, and they, like, do stuff. Like, they...
Harvester says Ichabod went to the gym.
Yeah. Let's get that shirt off, buddy. Oh.
Remove.
There we go.
Yes.
Ichabod's fucking jacked, and he's all oiled up, too.
How heavy are the souls that you lift?
Well...
Eric Lowry says, at least the rats have the decency to die when you hit them. Makes this better than Morrowind.
Oh, believe me, we have min-maxed the shit out of this guy. Normally they would not die quite so easily. Now, let's go down. Oh, wait, let's sneak. So sneak is hitting Alt, and then a separate button is crouch. Sneak down here. See if there's any stuff. Oh, lots of bodies. I wonder if something dangerous has done this. Oh, I don't see anything. Oh, no, it's a titty lady.
No, not the titty ladies, and she's dead.
Okay. No need to sneak now. Okay, I'm sneak. Oh, we got a loincloth over here. I guess we'll leave that there. Well, actually, I think is that canonical? Does Ichabod wear a loincloth in his adventure?
I would say not.
Perfect.
Oh, yeah, there we
The
go.
helmet honestly fits him really well.
Yeah, oddly enough.
I can't believe it cuts out like all the background stuff when the helmet goes on. How does that work? Huh.
It cuts out all the white, doesn't it?
Yeah. That's bizarre.
Technology.
It's very advanced. So yeah, I think if you read the comic, this is what he looks like in the comic.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got leather armor on.
That's exactly what
The
it looks
the
like.
Elden Ring character couldn't quite do this, but fortunately Daggerfall is a much better game. Anyway, we're gonna just... Oh yeah, that's right, I regenerate, so it doesn't take that long to heal. Just like Ichabod does in the comic.
Oh, yeah.
BT dubs, there's nudity in this game. Yeah, I know. But I turned it off, kind of. I don't know. You can't really get into the game files super well to remove all of the, like, naked
There's
sprites.
so much naked stuff.
Yeah, so it's fine.
And there's this one image that just says, like, oops, tell Mark now.
Oh, yeah, that was really funny. I was going through the game files with this, like, image viewer, and one of the face portraits is a drawing in literal MS Paint, like real old school MS Paint, with a mouse, like really bad, the very pixelated lines, and it just says "oops" with an exclamation mark, and it says "tell Mark now."
Yeah, I assume it's a blank image and it wasn't supposed to be, so they were supposed to, like, replace it with something, and maybe they did, maybe they forgot.
Yeah. Bum, 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 bum. I don't know if you guys can hear the sick dungeon beats got going on here. Oh, that's a lot of rats. What do you got? What do you got? What do you got, huh? I also, I think YouTube just copied Twitch's TOS, which is like, it's only a violation if the point of the game is naked people. So you're allowed to have, like people are allowed to have, like, the Witcher 3 sex scenes and stuff.
Oh, right.
Because the point of it isn't to... Got her. This character is so fucking strong.
Good. I mean, we are just, like, in the, like, tutorial first level.
No, I know,
section,
but,
though.
like, this is... I'm killing the shit out of people way better than I thought I would. Oh, fuck.
As you should. He's a super strong character, and you should back the comic campaign to see how cool he is in the comic. That's my pitch.
Good pitch. Oh.
Honey Pop, for example, is banned on Twitch. I guess that makes sense, sure. They do have, like, the censored versions of their games, though.
So, like, is this a magic... Can I spin this? I feel like I was in another dungeon and this spun. But I think I need a climbing skill to get these items. Come on, climb. Oh.
Ooh.
All right. Giant scorpion stinger. Sure. We need to make poisons, I assume.
Too far away.
There we go. Just need to aim down a little bit.
Alrighty. Empty room.
Oh, did I loot this guy? Oh, I didn't. He has 1 gold piece.
Nice. Getting rich.
So this... Oh, so skeletons are hard as fuck, by the way. Like, they're, like, real serious business in this game. I don't know why.
Sir says he is death itself right now. You could call him a reaper.
Did I just fucking obliterate that skeleton?
Obliterated the skeleton.
Alright, this is really strong.
Dagger build.
Okay, so should I be using an elven wakizashi? Is that... Does a... True or false? Ichabod dual wields a Japanese short katana at the same time he uses his ebony dagger?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he'll use any dagger that the game permits.
So... Oh. Got him. I annihilated those things. This, as predicted, this build is busted. What is up here? Oh.
We found the true way to play.
Yeah, Forsaking Magic makes you super fucking strong. Oh, I forgot. So when you have nothing equipped, like when you have no weapon equipped, you have your fist. And the fist moves are really funny. So, like, the kick is just fucking gets me every time.
Hell yeah.
Like, if you have to break open it... So this door is locked, right? A way you can get doors open if you can't lockpick is kicking them open or, like, punching them open. And it fucking gets me every time.
This lock has nothing to fear from you.
So it's like...
Well, it's wrong.
Okay, how do I do the uppercut? Because forward is kick. Backwards is that, like, heel hook crescent kick thing. Oh, to the right is a punch. To the left is also that? That's not right. Oh, how did that happen?
Jamie says, I once made a monk build in this game. That seems very doable.
How do I get the uppercuts? The uppercuts are so funny.
I would just assume it was up.
It's like forward? Like, I can't just lift the mouse up.
Yeah, well, yes, forward.
No.
When you're thinking in terms of, like, arrows on a keyboard, you're...
I just did it again. I don't know why. How, though? It's not a diagonal, is it? Oh. It's like back right? Is that... Yeah, I guess so. I guess it's diagonal right. His uppercut. So goofy. It opens... you can kick open a door towards you. It opens it towards you. Anyway. Put the ebony dagger back in my hand. So the ebony dagger is really good to start with. Depending on how you configure your choices and stuff, sometimes it'll say the Emperor gave you the dagger as a gift. But because we picked rogue skills, they're like, yeah, you're a thief, right? So they're like, you stole, what'd you steal, a dagger? But normally it's like, the Emperor gave you a gift. What did he give you? 200 gold pieces, a silver staff, an ebony dagger? But in this case, we're just filthy thieves.
I guess so.
Get fucking shanked.
Yeah, Jamie Rose says fists can damage creatures that are immune to normal weapons.
Yes. Yeah, for some reason, you don't need, like, Journeyman Fist or whatever in this game. It just works. Oh, magic. Oh, chain. I guess that's better, right? Would it be odd if I used a shield? I guess so, right? Get my stamina back. Okay, just taking a 2-hour nap in the middle of the dungeon. I came from that way, so I guess we'll explore up here. Wow. Oh, there is a diagonal. Are there multiple diagonals? Oh, there are. Diagonal up? No, there's no diagonal up. I didn't realize there was diagonal down. Weird. So this is out of the dungeon. So, oh, I guess you can go around, right? But normally you have to either climb or manage to stand on this thing and then hit this lever and have it take you up. But it's so shitty. Get
Yeah, fucking orc. Got him.
it. Took your shit and burned down Orsimer. I actually kind of like how the orc faces are in Oblivion. I feel like they feel very unique to their like facial structure thing. I was looking at the orcs in Morrowind. I don't really think they look very, I don't know. They look ugly, right? But that's not all you're supposed to be doing with an orc. You're supposed to have like also Baldur's Gate, how they did the hobgoblins and stuff. I don't like how they're like depicted. Like you keep on running into like it's like an example of like bad writing for fantasy is like, oh, I ran into this thing of this race that's supposed to be like this, and instead it's like this. And what that's really doing for your world building is not just subverting expectations. You're not having any expectations. So the lore building you're doing is like anything can be anything. There's no like concrete rules to anything, and it just makes everything very like wishy-washy. Like if every single hobgoblin you run into is a really smart wizard man, it's like, at what point is it just like all hobgoblins are just super smart?
Man, I think just hitting things more in this game is the way to go.
Oh yeah, well when I made a werewolf character, or like a character I only hand to hand, and I was like going for becoming a werewolf.
Right.
That character is so fucking strong. I think this is possibly stronger because I would imagine you can get a better dagger than you can do, because like maxed out hand to hand damage is like 6 to 11 damage, and this dagger is 5 to 10. So I imagine I'm gonna get quite a bit stronger.
Oh yeah, Pyroseer says, and in the end, the humans are the bad guys. What a surprise!
Oh yeah.
Always, all problems are internal.
All problems are internal. Revolution. It's like so cringy, and it. I don't know. It infects people's like way of thinking to a degree that I think is not useful. Like, I was explaining this siege that I had heard of, where it was like in antiquity, so there wasn't like a ton of like real siege equipment going on. One side piled up dirt so they could walk up a ramp onto the wall of the enemy fortress, and then the other side demolished the midsection of their wall and tunneled into the they tunneled into. Sorry, I'm just distracted by Trisha's loud chewing. They tunneled into the mound that they were piling up, and they stole dirt and then put it on top of the wall. And that helped them to keep the defenders out.
Nice.
And then I was explaining this to just like
really that loud?
I don't, maybe I just suddenly increased my autism levels because I'm playing Daggerfall, but it is so loud. I'm like, I can't think of anything
really
but
need
chewing.
To eat something.
I
I've been working on that page for hours without eating anything.
Oh, here's something real stupid. A Khajiit suit, get it? Like a cat suit. Ha 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 ha. Nice map. Yeah, they're doing the best they can. I wonder if this... Yeah, I don't know. So normally... So when you walk into a shop, it gives you this message about whether the shop is nice or not. The shop is laid out in a practical and straightforward manner. All items seem to be of adequate construction. I love this font, by the way. And the font is included in the game files for some reason. Will Steel. So this is like a mid-level shop. That means that the person running the shop is going to have a mid-level of like bartering skill. You can see there's like a tiny shop over here. I assume that's going to be one of those tiny shops run by Redguard, and they typically have the descriptor of being like a rat is burrowing into a thing. That means that they have the lowest possible like mercantile skill, so you get the best deals selling all of your stuff.
Yeah. Gil says, wow, for 1996, this is pretty impressive.
Yeah, I would agree.
It is, it's very expensive. Expansive. There's
Yes.
a lot in this game.
Rusty relics lie wherever they were last tossed. All the wares show the cracks and chips of shoddy workmanship. A mouse scampers over your feet before burrowing into a nearby sack. So, like I said, Redguard, very distracting that, like, they have, like, black people in a otherwise medieval European fantasy setting, but...
It's also distracting that the lizard tits in your face and stuff.
Oh, yeah. But anyway, yeah, so you get the best prices from selling to people that are bad at mercantile.
Janet Rose says it is worth pointing out that TES did the Proud Warrior Orc thing way before WotC did it.
Yeah, I guess. But anyway, if you sell stuff individually, you get more mercantile skill, right? Oh, I don't have mercantile as a skill, but yeah, so you get 1 per 1 sale. So if you want to be the most efficient, you want to sell the things individually and like hit sell, but I think we can stand to just sell everything at once, and nothing terrible will happen. Also, these merchants with the burrowing rat descriptor, they have the cheapest prices, so you want to get your horse and cart from them. You have bargained me long and hard, Ichabod. Let us be done. I would normally charge more, but for you I only ask 1,411 gold. Truly, it is a pittance. Sure. Also, general stores will not buy armor. For some reason, you need to find a much rarer type of store, which is a pawn shop or a armorer. And I think everything here is general store because they have that in front of it. Now, here's the most bizarre feature of Daggerfall. You see it says ready. This is a mod to show you your progress for each skill. Oh, you see I have 1 point in Impish and 1 point in Orcish because I ran into an Orc and an Imp and I tried to talk to them but can't speak the language at all at a skill 4. But eventually I will become fluent in their skill. In any case, the reason it says ready is because you have to sleep in order to level up skills, not just level up yourself. So normally in Elder Scrolls games, you get enough level ups and it says you should meditate and rest upon what you learned. In this game it says you should meditate and rest upon what you have learned about mercantile. And then you have to sleep in order to level it up. Very strange. To me anyway. Now, this is a tavern. The green is a tavern. These orange is they're like it says in the it says in the key on the bottom. They're shops, but they don't tell you what kind of shops. Mostly they're general stores which won't buy armor from you, which is very annoying. So typically I try and find a really shitty merchant that will buy everything and then just sell all my stuff to him. But I think it's random every game. There was a merchant I found in like Grimhead that was a bad merchant. So I kept on going back to Grimhead. And also, the map traveling in this game, it's insane. Like, look how many locations there are to travel to. This is fucking bonkers. Like, this is... By the way, this is Daggerfall, right? And the game is called Daggerfall. But you can go to all these different states, and they have equally ridiculous amounts of places to travel to. It's honestly bonkers. Like...
Hey, you can go to Hammerfell if you want to see a shitty desert.
Yeah, you can. This is true. You can also go to Brittany, which I didn't realize was a place. This was the demo of the game, but they cut a bunch of stuff from the demo, so there's some mod that restores a bunch of locations, like 25 cities. Which,
wow.
Yeah. But it was dependent on a bunch of other mods, so I was like, I don't know. I'll figure out if I want to get it or not. Now this is the Fighters Guild. All the Fighters Guilds are tiny blocks like that. So you know which one that is on the map. Mages Guilds are typically big. These are always temples. And I guess we want to avoid temples because they have naked ladies in them. But, you know, religion not always bad. In any case, let's get a room. Good day, Breton. For how many days will you require the room? Just one. 100. No. Just kidding. One room. 1 day. Enough bargaining. My price is 5 gold pieces. Take it or leave it. This like game assumes that you bargain over everything, and whoa, wait, go to the temple. The game's free. You can go yourself. But yeah. So yeah, we'll rest. I don't know, 6 hours, and that will improve our mercantile. Your mercantile skill is improved. This is the shittiest room imaginable. The door clips through the bed. It's so fucking tiny.
You have to like push the mattress back.
Yeah, you have to crouch to leave the room. Like if you try to stand it, you'll get stuck. 5 gold pieces. This fucking guy. Okay. Now, what should we do? Let's join a guild, I guess. Let's join the Fighters Guild. Right?
Yeah,
sure. The main quest will eventually occur to us. But until it does, like, so we'll get a letter that'll like have us go do stuff. Join guild. Yes, you look like the sort of warrior we could use in the Fighters Guild. We offer skills training, special discounts on armor and weapon repairs, and very profitable work assignments. In addition, you always have a place to rest in any Fighters Guild. Are you interested? Yes. Also, the Fighters Guild closes at night. If you're not already in there, they won't let you in, and it is a crime to break open the door.
Oh my.
But, anyway. Let's get a quest from this guy. So... what do we want to do? Hunt for a lycanthrope, wild animal, unwanted house guest, hunt for giant robots, giant killing, or runaway pet?
Let's see. Lycanthrope sounds fun, huh?
Sure.
Do you have stuff that can...
Oh, the ebony dagger can't hurt it.
Good.
We've got a little job you might be interested in. Seems like there's a loop. What you call your basic werewolf, wereboar, or some kind of werebeastie that's been bothering a lot of farmers. 167 gold. And we need someone to kill it. It'll mean 167 gold in your pocket. That sound interesting to you? Sure, I'm a hapless young adventurer. I guess I'll go over and kill it for 167 gold. We need the poor brute dead in 19 days. You better be on your way, kid. Alright. This guy just stands around carrying a sack of money. It's like they made too many merchant NPCs. The blacksmith NPC like looks real cool. Isn't that kind of nice? Some of them are animated and some of them are just still images. But the animated ones are pretty gorgeous.
Yeah, I appreciate the extra effort, honestly. It really helps the game come to life.
Yeah, so there's something about those like kind of those little animated sprites. It feels so much more alive than a lot of the 3D assets that you get. 'Cause for some reason, 3D animations where they're like eating or whatever just doesn't quite. It doesn't have that same vibrance to
Most
it.
of the animations in Oblivion are just like them turning their heads towards you, rather than them like actually doing work around their shops.
Yeah. It's kind of funny. But the 2D sort of go big or go home werewolf. Yeah, okay, alright. Anyway, there's a mod I got that makes this game playable. I think this is going to be it. It adds a guild to the game called the Archaeologist Guild, and they will sell you locator devices that let you find the goal of the dungeon, because you'll see how fucking ridiculous Daggerfall dungeons are. The one we were just in was incredibly basic for this game. You get some real heinous dungeons. Is that... Yeah, that looks like it. Okay, let me join. Who are you? Join the guild. Sorry, you do not exhibit the intellect we require from our recruits. Perhaps a less scholarly guild, such as a fighters guild, would be more suited to you. Okay.
You bitch.
Basically, what that means is I'm gonna have to use no clip to beat the dungeon. But you know, can I still buy locators from you?
Just sitting on a bucket.
This lady literally just sits around and summons Daedric lords, like the actual gods, not like regular Daedra. Come on.
Hey, our honeydew. Did we already say hey? I don't remember.
So...
It says, wow, new game. That's exactly how the Pokemon fan base feels.
How about you? You locator devices. My services are reserved for members only. So because I'm too stupid, it looks like I cannot get the locator devices. Also, you can click on the quest, and it will just like offer to take you to the location. Yeah, let's go there. Yeah, let's stay at inns. No, let's camp out. Okay.
Swoop.
Oops. Let me not get hypothermia and die. Take out my dagger. Oh.
Fall.
Ha 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 ha. So I'll put all this shit into my wagon.
Hey, love to draw. Welcome to chat.
Welcome up. Oh, that's not the entrance. That's just a... Okay.
Our honeydew says, once they went 3D, they went for idle animations for literally everything. Yeah, it's ironic, right? Because it would take less effort.
So the locator device, it wants you to explore a certain amount of the dungeon before it lets you use it, right? Oh, fuck. Okay, good. In this case, I'm going to explore the dungeon and then ask chat when they deem it acceptable that I use NoClip to go find the boss of the dungeon, and I will let chat be my locator device, my locator device conscience, because the dungeons in Daggerfall are just completely fucking retarded. This is crazy. What are these? Giants? Cool. What do we got? Got some good stuff. I think I'm banned from using plate armor, because I arbitrarily was like, yeah, that seems like a good restriction. Which I guess it feels like it is. Maybe I should have banned chain armor too. Oh, there was a...
Jamie Rose says, I've actually beaten this game.
Come on. Come on. There it is. We're climbing. You fucking bitch. Oh my god, there's so much damage. Orc Sergeant. This seems like a really high-level dungeon. I've never seen giants or orc sergeants before.
Yeah, but it's fine, because we're super buff and powerful.
We are, yeah. We're pretty busted with this super min-maxy build. enemies nearby, so I can't rest. But if I can kill the enemies nearby, I could. Is a diving board? What the fuck is this doing? Okay. Sleeping on the diving board.
Yeah, Marshall says, I didn't know orcs were so organized.
They're not.
Pyrus here
dead.
says, trust in the heart of the cards, Adam. It will guide you better than us.
Oh no, I mean like at some point in the dungeon it gets so retarded, like how long the dungeon is, that it's gonna feel I'm gonna need to cheat just to have it stop. And I'll leave it to you guys when it feels appropriate, rather than using that mod, because apparently I'm too stupid to join the guild for
Organized. Yeah. Very good, sir. Very good.
Organized.
Our Honeydew says, oh, before I forget, great video on Uzaki. Thank you.
I want to watch it, but Trisha doesn't like when I watch her videos with her in the room.
Well, it's all like spoilers with what happens in the manga, so... Don't you want to read it first?
I goose. But... it looks interesting. Plus, like, honestly, I feel like there's a lot of like discussion to be had about like sex in media, because it gets used so often for like bad shit. Like they're like they want to make the guy more evil, so they have him rape someone, or they want you to feel bad about like a breakup or something, so they put cheating in there or like whatever. And it feels like it was hammered into me in like academia that like if you have a sex scene, it's hacky, and you shouldn't ever have sex scenes unless it's for a specific like plot driving purpose. Like well, okay, so how it was taught to me in school was if you have a sex scene, it must serve a purpose. If it serves the purpose of making two characters closer together, it is hacky and you should not do it. Therefore, the only reason you should have sex scenes is for bad things. And so it's taught...
Wow. So like, only see bad sex.
So liberal teachers in high school and college would basically teach you should never have sex in your writing unless it is depicted badly. Like it's some kind of weird like cucking thing or rape or something. That can lead nowhere good. And then also... Andrew Clavin had some video that we put on at some point where that was his point too, is like basically he had a similar point, because otherwise it would be like if it wasn't for a grizzly bear, they left it in the dungeon, of course. That okay.
You're just destroying everything.
Oh shit, that's a lot of orcs. Oh fuck.
Oh man, they must have hit you quite a few times. Yeah.
Oh, I should have showed you what happens when you die. Sorry. Don't worry, I'll probably die again.
Well, you don't have to go through that door, do you?
Lady, you gotta go through everywhere.
Okay.
To get to the end of a dungeon. Oh shit. Oh fuck.
You did it again. It's just like muscle memory for you at this point.
Oh, I forgot. You have like insane amounts of reach in this game, so. Oh yeah, so I'll show you the.
No. Into the tomb. The end. And that's how Ichabod died.
Okay. Casually stabbing a bear to death. I fucking know, right? Okay. They want me to rest and meditate on what I've learned about short blades. Ah, damn. Okay. It's just hard for me to like get that door open without taking a hit.
Yeah, it's tricky. funny because when they all stack on top of each other like that, it's hard to tell how many there actually are.
Okay, so this mod that adds a little bit extra spawns, it might add maybe too many, but that's okay.
It adds some challenge for our super busted Ichabod build.
Yes. These guys are kind of fucking broke, by the way. There was a nice elven sword there, but... Normally I would take, like, everything and then, like, bring it back to my wagon at the entrance, but, you know. Trying to just take the expensive stuff. Elven staff, nice.
I think that soup in the fridge has onions in it.
Probably.
The one time I could actually eat soup.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Oh, I leveled up. Look at that.
Ah, nice.
I don't know. What do we need? More speed? Max? Yeah, let's max out the speed. Let's see how fast.
More hits.
Yeah, let's see how fast it swings.
It's more damage.
I suspect if I get agility to 85, it would be an extra chance to hit. So I'm going to do that, I guess. But I can't get it there. So I'll do endurance, because I think you get more health the more...
More endurance.
The more, like if you get endurance points earlier, it does... Because I don't think it counts retrospectively when you level up later. So...
Okay.
So I think it's better to have high endurance earlier. So I guess I'll put that point in there. Oh, there's also something neat. I don't know if anyone's going to think this is neat.
Hey,
but
Gabe the Gen, welcome to chat. We're playing Daggerfall as Ichabod, as you can see.
You have
very lore accurate.
You have a history in this game. So this is like your perks and stuff, but it also has, like, they write a history for how you grew up. You were born to a peasant family in a tiny village in the rolling hills of High Rock. Your parents and older brothers were hard workers, proud of their strength and endurance. The only thing big about you was your appetite. You were of an inquisitive nature. No cupboard, closet, or drawer was safe from your prying eyes and fingers. You left no traces, but still your father and brothers beat you when they caught you? Oh my god. By the time you were 11, they no longer caught you. Your mother taught you knife fighting and racing? With, like, a horse? But you had no other schooling and wanted none. So my only education... Oh, foot racing, probably. So my only education was running fast and stabbing things. I mean, it all checks out, based on what you've seen so far. Once you climbed the wall of the local temple and spied on the young disciples at practice... When their equipment was left lying, you took it for your own. In this way, you acquired a bottle of holy water. I acquired a... No, I don't. I don't have a bottle of holy water.
They lied to you. You can also put in your own history.
Well, you adopted a jacket shed by its... Hold on. You also adopted a jacket shed by its owner, and oh, okay, got it. Not a shed made out of jackets near its owner. It was a jacket that its owner took off, and you wore it proudly around the village. Okay. One day you saw some boys hurling stones and insults. Where did it come from? At an old woman named Lysara Yomton.
Moved by an impulse you did not understand, you flung rocks back at the boys. They laughed, but as you drew near, they turned and ran away. You went back to Lysara and offered to see her to her door. Oh, he's a nice guy. Helps the old women.
Come inside, Lysara Yomton said. I have something for you. Her cottage was just one room with cats and kittens everywhere. Sit down, she said, removing 2 cats from a stool. I'm going to teach you about dodging.
You've learned dodging from the cat woman.
Why, you ask? The cats don't need training in dodging. Okay? You do or will, no matter. Thus your training began. Her hands could no longer perform, but her mind was still efficacious. You and... Oh, fuck. Where do we go? Whoa. Okay. Jesus Christ. You and Lysara Yomton became friends as well as student and teacher. On your 16th birthday, she told you you must leave. Your little village was too small for someone of your talents. What of you? You asked. I also must move on. Perhaps someday you will visit me in the Iliac Bay. I would like that. Until then, I have my memories and my cats. On your way to the Imperial City, you stopped in an inn and heard that the Emperor was to pass the next day. Instead of sneaking into a room, you spent the night in a tree beside the road. You wanted to see the Emperor. Later, there would always be chances to beat up a few rich-looking locals. My God. Oh, because mugging. I picked mugging as Mugging. The procession was very splendid indeed, but a nearby rustle drew your attention. A black-clad man was crouching on a limb 10 feet beneath you. You gasped, but before you could stop yourself, and he twisted around, bringing his bow to bear on you. With no time to draw a weapon, you flung yourself at him. Together, you crashed down on the heads below just as the Emperor's carriage drew abreast. Hands seized you roughly, you felt dizzy, and a trail of fire burned along your left arm. Poison! Then a white-robed elf muttered an incantation over you. Your arm cooled and your head cleared. The Emperor himself thanked you and gave you an ebony dagger. Ah, yes.
Yeah, totally intentional.
That's how I got my ebony dagger. Now, the local folk treated you to drinks and food and unaccustomed praise. Later you slipped away and found that in addition to an ebony dagger, the Emperor had handed you a note inviting you to share an audience with him at the Imperial Palace. You set out immediately. And that is where the live-action cutscene takes up. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, there you
go. Okay, so let's see what those orcs were guarding. Ah, fuck. More orcs. Good thing to guard. Fuck.
Oh, man. Could use a little bit of health.
Fucking Ninja Turtle looking motherfuckers. Orc just died. I love those messages. Orc just died. Yeah, I need to identify this. I can't cast spells though, right? So I'm gonna have to pay someone to do it. Alright, we're going in the room.
Oh my goodness.
That's why we learned
oh my God.
how to run.
It's a good thing we're really fast.
That's why you take running as a skill. Come on.
Oh, if only we could just throw a firebomb at him.
Okay, let's back up. Fuck.
Almost.
Going in. Damn.
Pyroseer says, roll on your bed, Tolkien. Quality lore right here.
Okay, so I can just sleep for 3 hours outside the room. Perfect. Oh, Jesus.
Honeydew says, gasp, DEI is dying. Apparently the comps aren't big enough to cover the losses. That's the beauty of capitalism, folks.
What's DEI?
Diversity, equity, inclusion.
Orc Sergeant. You got anything, Orc Sergeant? Wow, another broke-ass loser. Let's see. Silver Saber. Exciting. Man, it takes very little to get a kill. It's like 2 hits usually.
Yes.
Or less. So it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Quick save here. There's only one guy in here?
Yeah, I think so.
I thought there was like a shit ton of guys in here.
No.
What do we got here? Potion of Cure Poison. Oh, was it an Elven Dagger? It was.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I see there's a bear in there.
problem with randomization. You just get like,
Yeah.
where do you want to put the cage? But how about right in front of the door, where
I mean,
nobody can reach it?
Well, oh,
Oh, hello.
why that happened?
Yeah, I guess because
Oh.
you touched a thing. Ah! Oh my god, the bear has X-Men powers.
Can I stab the bear inside the cage? Okay, I can. Can I push the cage?
You gotta press the thing, right?
Is that what we're like? Is that what we're thinking is the canon, like
I don't know.
how this cage moves?
Look, I'm not saying it makes any sense.
All right. I guess I'll just sit in this chair and sleep until my health comes back. Now, let's look at the map, just so you guys can start to get a feeling for what a Daggerfall dungeon looks like. This is not that bad. It will get bad. You will see. You will see. You will all see. But for now, it's not bad. But the complexity gets to the point where it's like, you know, like why? And that locator mod like really does become important. I love the rats. They look like so like just demonic furry velociraptors. They look so scary.
They do look quite spooky.
They don't really look like rats, to be fair, but I like how they look. They're not really rats. They are literally like just furry velociraptors. Alright, let's see where we haven't been. It's like a shaft we could go down. Yeah.
So is this like one of those things where the map forms as you're walking through the dungeon?
Yeah, it's auto mapping.
Gotcha.
I see you around the corner, you little bitch.
Sure beats the old days where we had to take a pencil and draw out the map as we were going through these dungeons.
Oh yeah. Oh my god. Big boy.
Big boy. Two big boys.
What is this? It just seems like it's special. It seems like different. Maybe it's expensive. Tower shield. Does Ichabod use a tower shield in I do regenerate quite quickly. You can see the health like tick up fairly often.
Good, good.
But it is just easier just to hit the wait button. Okay. I question.
Aww.
Potion recipe.
Ooh, cool.
Yeah, there's a mod that adds food to the game, which seems very reasonable because there's so much like there's so much waiting that you do. It feels like there should be a consequence. Oh, I can't equip plate. Okay. I can't equip that, right? Yeah. Okay. That's fine. It's good to have restrictions. This lock has nothing to fear from you. That's such a funny.
Pyroseer says, I want to retrieve your Hoarder Club card member, Adam. Not hoarding enough.
I want you to retrieve your Hoarder Club member card. Yeah. Is that saying I'm not hoarding enough, or I should be hoarding more? Because this game is the most hoarder friendly. Like, oh fuck.
Wah!
They've really thought about ways for you to hoard. Like okay, so for example, let me just go through the motion just because. If I could figure out where I came in. Okay, so I came in over here. How the fuck do I get back there? I think it's pretty simple. I think it's just... Oh, no, it's not. Did I come in... I came in that floor, so that's... Is that accessed laterally? No, it's not. It's a shaft. Okay, so I have to go up here, and then over, and then down, and then up the shaft. Okay, so... yeah. I think this is not the same way. Yeah, it's not, but... More horde, you can get a wagon. I already got the wagon. There's still stuff on the ground. Shame on you. Yeah. Yeah.
Don't mind them, Adam. We play efficiently.
Ugh, fuck.
These are going to be very long dungeons. Cool.
Map.
Nice.
The long-lost community of Manhwasa.
Vana, USA. Actually.
Yes. Fuck.
Down here in Vana, USA.
The ye olde orcish dissection laboratory. Alright. Oh, you know what? It's a perfect opportunity. We're gonna sneak. And get a backstab in.
Nice. No.
Successful backstab. Look at that. We snuck.
So sneaky. And cool.
Wereboar
Collecting
tusk.
all of the souls and stuff. You should totally back the campaign if you like this character. Should totally buy my book, bro.
The lock has nothing to fear from you. After all those points we put into lockpick, we're still open.
That is quite shocking, isn't it?
Oh, grizzly bear on the other side. should never be near a door that I'm lockpicking. Ah, fuck. So apparently stabbing is like more likely to hit than oh, maybe I can sneak. Oh, sneaky, sneaky.
Oh, we're so sneaky.
Okay, so we want to get back there. So do we want to go down then? That's why you need magic. So you can like use your recall spell. Okay, so we turn exactly behind me. And then I haven't explored that. Is that right? No, I have. Okay, so I haven't explored this fork. So I guess we could do that real quick. Lock has nothing to fear from me, huh?
Ah!
Fair enough. The real problem with dying is having no fucking idea where you were. Is it...
Love to Draw says, I showed up to a doctor appointment this evening and they'd given me the wrong day on the phone. Oh, that's so annoying.
Yeah, that's the fucking worst. Just wondering if I have any, like, skills that I haven't... Okay. Jesus Christ. You really have to do the whole... like, back and forward thing.
Yeah.
What? Oh. I need to be stabbing like the center of his model, and it's kind of hard to tell what that is, so it's easier when they're coming through a door, because you know that the center of their model is coming through the door.
Right, right.
Mummy wrappings.
Oh yeah, that'll be useful.
Yeah, of course. Okay, so now we want to get back. We have to get to that shaft. So we go down. Yeah, okay. So around the fork. And then down.
This is going downward.
And then...
Whee! Alright, now we're just go down here.
Oh.
Now walk the plank.
Yeah. Okay. So now we go up this. And that takes us to the entrance.
Alright, nice. Making good progress on this playthrough.
Ruby is officially dead. Rooster Teeth folded? Huh.
Oh yeah. Well, we kind of all knew that was coming, though.
When those first trailers dropped, that was the cringiest shit I'd ever seen, and I assumed that everyone who was watching it was like...
I remember people saying that like Ruby was good at one point, and then I watched the first episode, and I was like, this is super generic, though.
There's like the black character, not the literal black, but like her color scheme is black, and she has like, she swings around like guns on like ribbons or something. Like, because there's Ruby, like there's the red one, and then there's the white one with the rapier.
You thinking of the cat girl?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
So like, that was the cringiest shit I'd ever fucking seen in my life, and I couldn't even fathom.
I can still enjoy something that's a little bit like goofy, a little bit campy here and there, but there was just something about Ruby that just felt so disconnected. Like it feels like I can see a writer trying to make something good rather than like something good just happening naturally.
Yeah, I don't know. It caused me, so like the first one with the werewolves and the scythe thing, I was like, yeah, that's kind of cool. It's like a neat idea. Sure. To put gun stuff into whatever. I don't know if it was like executed perfectly, but it's just cool enough. Sure.
Yeah, and like the fighting was like fun. I'll give it that.
But
for like being done by one person, the 3D fighting and all that.
The trailer on the train, it was mostly just the voice acting. That caused me physical like cringe. Like my body started to like coil, like I was turning into a mummy. Like I was like.
Oh, good. Like, we have some mummy wrappings.
Yeah, that was painful.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a mod that's supposed to help me not be lost. Let's see if that works out, huh? Let's put my Holy Tome and Rude Song away. I don't know what the fuck this other stuff is. I don't need pants. I have a loincloth, of course. Oh, I do have holy water. Look at me. Yeah, this is supposed to keep me from being lost. It's like the most gigantic...
It's huge.
Mini-map.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
I don't know. Will this help? Oh, there's some way you can, like, have... Is it F10? Yeah, it is. Okay, so this is the old school... The old school way you'd play is like this, and you'd, like, click on these things to do stuff. And,
I mean, to be fair, I guess there's not too much to look at in this game, so it's not too bad if you obscure your vision a little.
Let me rest to get my health back. I think food makes a lot of sense because there should be a cost to just like sleeping all the time. It feels very weird and like low stakes to constantly be like sleeping. And that's not just the DM in me speaking. As a player, I find it odd. All right, so it doesn't look like this is gonna work. So it looks like we're gonna have to no clip out. That's supposed to be a functioning elevator, right? But it just doesn't work. So
sometimes that happens in games like this.
Yeah. All right. Have we explored under here? Whoopsies. Yeah. No? Guess not. No, we haven't. Okay. So the auto... Oh, the compass shows the auto mapping, too. Oh, wow. We're in such an old game, I have to jump on stairs. Holy shit.
That's a good thing you have all that jumping skill.
I know. Where would I be without it? Oh, have I not been here? Oh, okay. Yeah, I peeked in there, but I didn't go down. Can I go up? So it's kind of... I really love that there's a climbing skill that you can actually climb stuff.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? No other game but this.
It's insane that Skyrim launched without climbing. I don't know what the fuck was going on there. Because is it so hard to make a climbing animation in third person? Like, the Conan game, the Conan Exiles, they have a climbing thing, and it's so fucking cool. Like, there's something so fun about like having all the stamina and then like climbing, and you know, you drop and then grab and whatever. It's so cool.
Yeah.
I as soon as you rat, and there's
it makes
levers.
You feel like you can really explore and really adventure into the world. Yeah, it's no work you did.
You should rest in...
You leveled up stealth. Congratulations.
So is this supposed to open? Have I been to the other side? I guess I haven't. I feel like this is supposed to be opening, but it's not. So I don't know. Maybe something went wrong with all the switches? Because the other switch didn't work, and it should, right? Okay, that one moves.
Okay.
So is that... Oh, is it a puzzle that's moving the other switches? So there was an elevator here, right? So does this open this? Is there some order? Is there a third switch I should be fucking around with?
Maybe.
Okay, we got one
it's hard
switch.
to tell because like the switches are brown and also all the walls and doors are brown. So things blend in pretty easy.
I think it's kind of shameless how they didn't just make it black in there, because you can see the floor through it, so you know the switch is not connected to anything.
Yeah.
But if they at least put like black at the bottom,
yeah, then you can at least pretend.
Yeah, you'd pretend there's a mechanism it's hooking into, but it's just a stick that's moving, so it's very odd. I remember the guys who went to sleep before the final boss. Oh, like my story, yeah. That was the most ridiculous shit. I was like, it was like all thematic and stuff, and then it's like, you know, the final fight, and I keyed it up so that it was like time sensitive, and then I was like, all right, what do you want to do? And they're like, oh, we're gonna take a long rest. And I was like, oh, but I gave them in 5th edition. There's a thing called like it's a milestone. So there's two things called milestone. There's milestone leveling, and then there's milestone like it's you get all your features back that you would need a rest for. Not all of them, but you get essentially an instant short rest because you're at such an important moment in the dungeon or the campaign or whatever. And so they got all their features back except for they were missing 2 hit dice, which I don't know. They have all the other hit dice, but they're missing 2 hit dice and 1 first level spell slot on somebody. And but otherwise they got everything else back, and they were like, "No, let's take a long rest." It's like, you guys are like level 11. Like, what are you fucking doing? You need the 1 first level?
Yeah, absolutely bonkers.
I've never heard of this, and I've run a good amount of 5e. It's in I'm pretty sure it's in the Dungeon Master's guide. Although to be fair, I only noticed it when I was looking for something else in the I was looking for some table in the Dungeon Master's guide, and I noticed it. So it's not... Okay, so that goes like that. Is this like maybe a timed thing? I'm supposed to be like running really quicker or something to the other lever? This lever doesn't move, right? But the other one does. That one moves. But I don't think it's doing anything here.
No.
So I don't know.
Does it do something else?
We'll ignore the levers for now, I guess. Yeah. Still, this dungeon is not as bad as dungeons I've seen.
Yeah, there's some real shitter dungeons.
Yeah, I've like been playing a dungeon. I'm like, I was like, Trisha, look at this shit. Okay, over here, is that a thing? Is that... oops. Over here, is that just a landing? Yeah, it's just a landing. Okay, so that, where the cage slides was something, because we never went in there, so that could be something. So if we go down here, maybe that... It doesn't connect, actually. Yeah, we have to go on the floor we're on and go across. Okay, so... Wait, like this? Left. Here. And then straight through. Oh, perfect. I have the mini map. That's actually really useful. And then over.
Avoid all those stupid dead ends and stuff.
Wait, is this the room with the sliding cage? Yeah, it is. Okay.
Sliding cage. So, press whatever you see. Just interact with everything. And see if that does something. Wait a minute. Cage? No? Okay. Can you interact with the torches? No? I mean, surely there must have been something you did that made the cage slide, right?
But yeah, public D&D games, they're about as maddening as you might imagine. The one example, the one anecdote I gave where they're like, they're playing the fucking, they're attacking the front guards, they're the guards of the front gate of the giant fortress for like 3 months. That was a little fucking bonkers. And it was not even like, it wasn't a consistent group, so it was like people would cycle in and out, and they'd all want to do the same thing, which is like fight the guys at the front gate, then go to sleep for 8 hours.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And I was kind of like, I mean, I'm getting paid for this, so it's kind of like, whatever you want to do. I did this little tiny itty bitty like DM podcast, and that's something I wanted to ask was like, what do you do to make that fun? Because they want to do the same thing, right? They're convinced that they only want to fight the guards at the front gate and then sleep for 8 hours. Do you just have... I can close the door.
Yeah, why don't you shadow dash?
Oh yeah, I'm shadow dashing.
Yeah,
that's right.
There you go. You shadow dash.
Shadow dash through the door.
Hey Nova, welcome to chat. Says boop. We got booped. Alright.
Oh.
Or Honeydew says, yeah, I'd probably put my character in a wheelchair just to see who calls me out on it. Stealthy.
No one would call you out on it, but
Adam would call you out on it. He would make all the dragons have wheelchairs.
Well, the thing is, like, I would have you get murdered horribly, and it's like that's kind of just how it is. It's like, okay, so like, if you have a character that has like really shitty, I totally get it. If you're like, my character is gonna have like. So sometimes people will play a wizard, right? And they want to min-max their...
It was a centaur.
Yeah, they want to... a centaur in a wheelchair. Right? Now we're getting fucking out of control.
I was put down immediately.
So sometimes people want to min-max a stat, right? And so they're a wizard, and they're an old man wizard, right? They're like really elderly, and that's how you explain it. Sure, right? That makes sense. So if you put yourself in a wheelchair because you have low dex, sure. But if you play a rogue and you're in a wheelchair, now we have a fucking problem. Now it makes no sense. Now you're like ruining it for everybody because you're like actively taking them out of the thing. You're like, oh, I'm in a, like, you know, like, it's worse. It's worse if you're serious about it. If you're just trying to do some like stupid meme-y character, it's like, all right, I get it. You heard about memes, now you're out of control. But like, if you're really serious about it, and then you're gonna be like fighting people or arguing with people because they like think it's stupid, it's like, it's even more of a goddamn problem. But yeah, we only did one of the like DM podcast thing, but one of the things I was going to bring up is like, what can you do to make it interesting? Like, week after week after week of people attacking the guards at the front gate and sleeping for 8 hours. Part of me is like, should I just give it to them? Like, should I just like say like, okay, yeah, they you win, right? You get in the fortress, which I did later in the campaign, but okay, I'm shadow dashing out of here, I guess. Shadow dash.
Shadow dash.
Canonical, yeah. But like, let me sleep for longer, so I can level up. My stealth skill and running skill has improved. Exciting. Oh, this is a door I haven't seen. Look at that.
Hey, it all works out. Go on.
But yeah. Like, what do I do besides replace the guards? Eventually, I was like, okay, well... I mean, as soon as they killed the guards the first time, I was like, okay, well, then the next time you show up, they're going to have 3 guards. Makes sense. They're like, oh, we need more guards at the front gate. They were just killed. And I thought I was being pretty nice by just putting 3 guards, but yeah, put 3 guards, and then they kill the 3 guards, and then they sleep for 8 hours. And then...
Yeah.
And then I was like, all right. And then they were like, oh, well, let's sleep right in front of the door. And it's like, okay, well, I'll roll the random encounter chart. If it's what the module tells me to do, if they want to sleep inside the fortress. And so, oh, fuck, another one. I did not expect another one. God damn it. So I rolled the random encounter chart, and then it was like, a cloud giant noble is visiting.
Ah.
And they go, so they fight a cloud giant, which is harder than whatever the brown giants are, like the hill giants.
Yeah, not their smartest move.
So then they like run away from that guy, and now it's an international giant incident. Right? I don't know. I can't remember all the different sessions I ran of them attacking the fucking the front gate guards, and then sleeping for 8 hours. Because, like, you can't just... I don't know, it feels very video gamey to just have, like, nothing comes back. There's no one adapts to your strategy. Like, they're not, like, super smart, right? But they're not, like, actual, like, cavemen. Like, they have weapons, right? So they're smart enough to make a sword. They're probably smart enough to, set an ambush or something. And there's this big... all the giants are working together, right? So I added, like, storm giants at some point, and then that was a...
Oh no, your compass is getting all ruined.
Oh no, is this like a thing where... Is that what the glass is for? Are they fucking out of their mind with this mod? Like, am I supposed to, like, do this?
Can you, like, combine with stuff? Can you, like, combine it with your compass?
Do they, like, really want me to, like, use, like, replacement glass for the compass? This is actually...
I don't know if that's the intention, but...
Info? Slightly used. Oh, are they thinking I'm gonna repair it? I don't know how to... I don't know what the repair... Okay, yeah, here. Your steady hands... You steady your hands and concentrate on repairing a compass. Don't move, you'll drop something.
Okay. Oh, I guess that doesn't work.
The compass broken now? Okay.
Old games, ladies and gentlemen. Old
Well, that
games.
mod was made like 2 weeks ago.
Yes. Okay.
There's really no excuse for that. A wagon wheel? Okay. Lock has nothing to fear for me. Did I kill everybody in here?
I guess so.
Oh, the bear did. Just stabbing to death a grizzly bear.
That's how it goes. Eric Lowry said, I had an idea for a Tremere vampire with the lame flaws. So his legs are fucked up, but he uses movement of the mind to levitate himself to get around that issue. Creative.
Yeah. Seems fun. Oh, anyway, so for those of you who haven't heard the story with the giant thing, what I did was eventually I was like, no more. I was just like, you can't attack anymore. The king says no more. You stop. You must stop. You cannot attack anymore. It's all over. Oh fuck. No wonder I learned more about Orcish. The ebony dagger has broken?
No!
I didn't realize that was a thing.
Well, I guess we have been using the daggers very well. Yeah, look for some...
Is a saber a short blade? Shorter than a steel claymore, but...
Sure. Certainly not as good as the daggers, huh?
Yeah.
It's a shame nobody... Ooh. Well, if it was good, well, it lasted ×2.
So it must be the saber must be a long blade because I can't hit for shit with it.
Yeah. Be
I
nice
guess.
if these enemies were dropping more daggers.
It's kind of funny.
Hey, you can sneak, right?
Yeah, I'll sneak up and punch him.
Backstab punch.
Oh wait, wrong way.
Back punch. Just like in Dark Souls.
Got him. Just beat him up. A long sword is probably not a short sword.
No, I would say not.
Based on pure theory.
Top 10 Adam quotes.
Oh, this is not going to be long enough. Getting like the D&D party. So eventually I just told them no more. They cannot attack the front door anymore. I mentioned a bunch of times, it's like, you can go anywhere you want. Any side of the fortress you want to go, right? They wouldn't. They always went to the front door. Even when they were like, no, go in the front door.
Yeah, not very clever group of people.
I gave them the whole map. You're not supposed to, but I was like, yeah, this is the layout of the whole place. This is what's behind every wall. You can do whatever. You can go wherever you want and through any wall. It just so happens all the doors have these really accessible windows. Or every side of the fortress has really accessible windows.
Everything the light touches.
You can simply go in any room you'd like besides the front door where they have put the guards. Please, please, begging. And
Please do something smart for once.
this
And
is
yet
so
they
fucking
say-
goofy. Punching the grizzly bear to death.
Makes you even more badass.
Am I gonna punch a giant to death?
Anything is possible, my dear.
I walked into that one.
Ichabod, master of kung fu.
canonically.
Lore accurate.
Dagger's broken. Okay, fine. Of course. Hello? I don't think it's like super possible to beat that guy. Oh, perfect.
Oh, finally.
An iron dagger. That's fine.
Well, now we know it's there at least.
Okay.
Nice.
And I think a wakizashi counts as a short blade. 0 to 9, 0 to 5. There we go. With my glorious Nippon steel, I have prevailed.
Woo!
Okay. Remember when Adam found that elven wakizashi and decided to sell it? Yes. I chose not being a weeb, and it was a good decision.
You chose to be lore accurate.
Folded 1,000 times, yes. No, 9,000 times. Over 9,000 times. My climbing has leveled up. Aren't we glad? Alright, now let's look at the map, and I think we'll all start to understand what I mean when I say Daggerfall dungeons are retarded. This is too much. This is too complicated. Too much. When it's like, oh yeah, go to that old castle. Who built this? Who did this? Why? Why did the castle have this in the basement? I understand it if it's like a crazy wizard. Crazy wizards can have any kind of layout that they want. But this shit, it makes no sense. Okay, so I haven't been up the other shaft. Okay, so let's go the other shaft. That might yield something useful. See if we can get climbing. You have to walk into the wall for a bit, and then it just starts climbing you up. So anyway, after the hill giant thing, I know I've told the story before, but it is one of my favorite DMing stories. I had the ice giant fortress, and I was like, oh shit. So we can't have the ice giant fortress be a repeat of what we saw before. So I was like, okay, so you can sneak in.
Interesting.
You're looking very flat.
Nanny.
That's one way to take it, I guess. Okay, let's go sideways. You should rest on what you have learned about climbing. How's about no? So, let's see. So anyway, I was like, I set, instead of the Frost Giant stronghold being like where it's supposed to be, I set it on like the tropical islands that the one of the players like comes from, right? Or two of the players. They had their, two of the recurring players, I should say. They had their home area. They were like sea elves or something. So I was like, yeah, sure, you live on a tropical island, and oh, it's been taken over by frost giants, but you know the area and everything, so isn't that great? Maybe we should shadow dash through the grate.
I suppose that is an option.
The giants throwing the rocks at the bridge. That is exactly what's happening. So anyway, I set it on this tropical island, and I was like, okay, the dungeon doesn't have a roof. It's just walls, right? So I made it so they could climb into any part of the dungeon. And I showed them the full map of the whole dungeon.
Shadow dashing time?
I think it is in fact shadow dashing time.
Man, it's a good thing we're playing as Ichabod, the greatest character ever. Buy my book.
Yeah. Okay. While I'm shadow dashing, I should consult my my intel, right?
Oh yeah, you're in the Shadow Realm.
I am in the Shadow Realm.
That's why you can see all this.
Does anyone see a werewolf?
Is that a werewolf? No, that's a bug.
They're different factions. How did I not notice these guys? They're behind like a secret wall. Are they like in an island? They like. I think they are. Oh no, that is it.
It's connected.
It is connected. Okay.
Although it is very stupid with these generated dungeons that there will just be parts that don't even connect.
Yeah, like looking around in NoClip, like you find like sections that are totally divorced. Like this, I don't think is.
One of the many reasons why dungeons should not be randomly generated.
Yeah, like this section doesn't connect to anything. It's just.
Yeah.
Oh, is that it over? No, that's a giant over there. Over here? I wish I knew what the code was to spawn in one of those locator devices. But it's from a mod, so I don't know if they put the code to spawn it in on the mod page.
Jeremy Rose mentions your current weapon will not damage a werewolf, which is true.
Yeah, we'll be alright.
It would still be nice to know where the heck the werewolf even is in this shitty random generated dungeon.
So let's go back to the dungeon entrance. What's in here? A rat? Yeah, it's a rat. Okay. Alright. It's crazy how difficult it is, even if you're cheating, to figure out where to go.
Yeah, really.
Okay, so...
Honestly, that alone makes it feel like you can justify cheating. The fact that it's just pretty poor for wandering around.
Okay, so let's so in Reaper, he has like some magic, right?
Yeah, he's got some.
Does he can do this, right? Oh,
What
look at
did
that.
you do?
I put in the code for teleport to quest target.
Oh.
It feels as though I should have to get out of this situation now, though. Where was this? Oh, it is accessible.
Secret.
It is accessible. It's just,
Okay.
I don't know, I guess
It's just like in a corner somewhere
yeah.
that would easily be seen as a wall.
It's in a closet, I guess.
Yeah.
Alright, so there's a bunch of guys outside, so let's see if I can survive this.
Bam, bam, bam. Oh.
No, I guess not. Okay.
Have you tried your dodging power?
So it's passive, the dodging?
Right, it's just like chance. Oh, there he is. That little bitch. Got them. Got him.
Oh boy. Damn. Okay. God, I'm running out of mouse pad. That's my biggest problem.
Yeah, this game requires quite a lot.
The more powerful the enemy, the longer your mouse pad has to be. Because to attack like this, you have to drag the mouse forward on the mouse pad. So like I need to cock my arm all the way back. Thankfully, I'm using like a Magic the Gathering playmat as my mouse pad, so I have a lot of room.
Right. I wonder, since it's an old game, if you would just like pick up the mouse and like be rolling the ball at the bottom forward. Remember that?
Yeah.
That would probably be more
Oh,
efficient.
ball mouse.
Hey, buddy. You want to come hang out? Aw, you always want to come hang out. Yes, you do.
So
You're all dirty now. You got food all over your beard.
I guess it's only fair that I find my way out of the dungeon now that I've used my secret Reaper
Good
technique.
night, Pyroseer. We'll see you next time.
Oh yeah, thanks for hopping by. Power of friendship? Yeah. Power of friendship, that's how I got there.
That was something.
How do we get out of here? Is that a shaft? Oh, okay. So up here. And then down the shaft. Does the shaft open? It does, okay.
Alrighty. Excellent.
Sleep for 8 hours on the shaft. Anyway, Frost Giant thing. Yeah, so I because the first dungeon was such a disaster, I set up the second dungeon to have no walls. It was like where they lived at like where the characters lived as like a where they came from. So they knew the area very well. They could certainly know about any kind of underwater cave that they played in when they were little. Everybody could either fly or breathe underwater. Like everyone had characters that just happened to be able to naturally fly or breathe underwater, and so I was like, perfect.
Okay.
No,
Totally safe.
totally safe. They could swim over. They could climb over the walls. Everybody's set. Everybody's got it all figured out. And no matter what they asked, I was gonna be like, sure. Like, oh, this shaft doesn't lead where I want it to.
Oh, it's like a different shaft?
It stops here. I want to get off here, but I don't think I can because I don't think the wall is open. It's like closed.
Interesting.
Okay. Alright, we're just gonna get the fuck out of this dungeon.
Just shadow dashing.
Yeah, we're shadow dashing out of this dungeon. Yeah, okay. Goes this way. I do apologize for being bad at this game, but yeah, it's just kind of.
It's Daggerfall, so.
It's just one of those things. The game is
What
too
do you
goddamn old.
expect?
I can't. I can't handle it. Oh, I can climb stuff. I could climb up the top of this tower. Ooh.
Climbing mode activated.
Oh, shit. Oh.
Climbing mode.
I, like, grabbed on, didn't die. That's fucking cool. Ooh, I could climb that. Wow. Okay. Huh. It's okay.
Climbing mode. You don't even need any paintbrushes.
So,
Just
yeah.
how powerful it is.
I knew they could not win a straight-up fight. Not because their characters weren't strong enough. They were. But I just knew it was going to be a nightmare of them fighting for one session and then fleeing. And Fighters Guild of Gothway Garden has hired me to kill a troublesome werewolf. Oh, you know what? I should check this real quick. 8 hours? Okay. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't a werewolf. Okay, Gothway Garden is over here, I believe. Yes, because that's the starting town.
Nice.
Now, the Fighters Guild has, like, deals on repairing weapons, right? So... yeah. I didn't realize they could break, because my other character was fists. But yeah, anyway. So yeah, I tried to discourage them from doing a straight up like frontal assault by being like, "Oh yeah, real dangerous. The front gate. They've concentrated like all of their troops. You can't imagine they had anyone else left in the dungeon after they put so many troops on the front gate." And they're like, "Yeah, let's attack the front gate." It's like, yeah, it's but you know the bridge across to the front gate, broad daylight. You can't see. They can see you clearly, and it's 2 miles long. Broad daylight, and they've fortified, and they're like and then I built it up like to try and like dissuade them. Did not work to dissuade them. Okay. I don't know. 8 hours. I wonder how you would handle the original System Shock. I don't know. God, it's 5 gold for this room? A fucking insult. I bet there's better rooms in this dungeon.
It's the worst room, yeah. Look at this girl's room. She got a better room.
Yeah, she got a better room than me. What about upstairs? There's no other rooms? These rooms are all empty. Okay, this is a closet, but still better than my room. This is... oh.
Oh, well. Excuse me, ladies.
Excuse me.
To walk in on a private moment here.
Yeah, how come no one is saying in here?
Yeah, right. You should have just slept in this room. Or is that supposed to be like the innkeeper's room?
I don't know.
All of his like 7 naked daughters and him.
I don't know if they're related.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh, with
Keeping me in this.
randomly generated stuff, everything can be kind of confusing.
Yeah, I've seen multiple taverns like this one, so I think there are like templates for certain businesses.
That's good.
Oh, this is still nighttime. Maybe we want to level up some skills. My stealth skill. Do you level up stealth just by walking around while sneaking?
I would like assume.
Still 53. Do I have to be like sneaking around, like by people?
Yes. Don't mind me, ladies.
Just sneaking around. No, it's still 53. Maybe they have to be hostile for it to count.
Act like I'm not even here.
Minor. Also, my orcish leveled up like 10 times in that dungeon because there's so many orcs. So is jumping literally like just that many jumps? So I think it said 32. Yeah, so it's literally you just have to jump 100 times. Oh no, that was 35. Is it skipping every other? What's this? 36, and then does this skip 2? Be 38? No. Okay, so it is literally, I just miscounted. So literally, you just have to jump 100 times to level up your jumping. And then presumably you jump higher and higher.
Just like in real life. Look at you skipping around.
Stealth and secrecy. The risk is minimal. I will pay you 328 pieces. It will only take 90 days of your time. Jesus Christ.
That's a lot of my time.
For 328 gold pieces. It was a little steep. I don't know what this mission is. What do you guys think? Should I take on Barbivira's quest? Oh yeah, so anyway, the end of the Frost Giant thing is, eventually, I had built up the encounter to be a 2-mile-long bridge in broad daylight that you cannot sneak past while all the giants have boulders ready for throwing. And the players still wanted to cross it, and it was difficult terrain, too. So they spent, like, turn after turn after turn for, like, 50 minutes getting across the ice and having boulders thrown at them. And I was really efficient with, like, rolling dice and, like, just doing stuff fast. And, part of what took 50 minutes was people getting upset, and they were like, they wanted things to be a different way, and they were like, you shouldn't be able to roll to perceive us, it's not fair, whatever, and people were like getting real upset, like very like choked up, and some tears, which is not appropriate for adults, mind you, but they were maybe not the most adult. They were, I don't know how to explain this, like, super politely, but yeah, you know what? Fuck it. Let's do this. Let's do this quest. Go to the White Priest in Greenhouse Hall. Lodge there is a courier bearing letter. Take it and leave this false one in its place. Okay. If you are caught, don't bother trying to find me. Sure. Oh wait, what time is it? 19:01. So that's like 5 hours before midnight. So wait until it's daytime so I can get into the Fighters Guild and turn in this quest. And then I remember this one girl was like basically crying. And she was like, we talked for 50 minutes and we still ended up just walking in the front door. I don't know what to do. I was like, I don't know, man. Could just not go in the front door. Who's the... It's like... Okay. There we go. Loop Killer. I don't know why they're calling him that. Okay, so now...
Good night, Jamie Rose.
Oh, good night, Jamie Rose. Repairs. Ebony Dagger.
Yeah.
Okay. So in a day, the dagger will be repaired.
Oh, man. Get to work, dude.
Yeah. So it's like realistic in that way, where
yeah. No. That's kind of neat, I guess. So the idea is that you'll be like, what's the word? Not recycling, but transitioning from one weapon to another, and then just again and again as it breaks.
So this is the Okay, so I took a quest which is like, take the letter and replace it with another one.
Ooh, that's tricky.
But what does the letter say that I'm replacing? I just got a letter from, yeah, like a quest person. Oh, great. Great. Underscore NPC 2 underscore. Great.
Oh, yeah, perfect.
Your offer is ludicrous. I can buy at half that price from any other merchant in Morsley Farmstead, and I will. Okay. And the real letter says what? Your price is a fair one. This letter is my bond to payment for the goods. Okay, so that's like, that's pretty benign. Fine. I'll leave the fake letter, I guess. My quest is half done. Don't mind me, guy who's not paying for a room who just went upstairs and to go do something. I'll just...
Don't mind me, guy with many letters in his hands.
Everyone just staring at me. I'll just, you know... Don't mind me. Also, if you ask people for, like, directions to the tavern, for example, where is the White Priest Tavern? You could be polite. Hail, good Gondeval Kingsley. Are you familiar with the whereabouts of the White Priest?
No.
Of course I know where the White Priest is, but I don't want to tell the likes of you.
Damn Reaper.
You could be normal and say, I need to find the White Priest. Freaking Breton, always begging us common folk for help. What have you done for me lately? Although I'm pretty sure he's also a Breton, because we're in, like, the Breton area.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, whatever. Where the hell is the White Priest? You're Ichabod. I don't want to tell you where to find the White Priest. Alright, well...
Well, time to kill.
Just cut your throat.
We are 15 minutes to 12, by the way.
Okay.
Don't know how long you wanted to stream for, but figured I'd give you a time check.
Yeah. I guess we'll call it soon. But yeah, and then I should also note with the Frost Giant thing, it was kind of my fault because I could have mediated their conversation better to help them to come to like a better conclusion, but I didn't. And there was like a guy who showed up who was like maybe not super like, he seemed like he might be retarded, right? And he was just like, let's cross the bridge, and like, I don't think... I feel like other people didn't want to talk to him.
I didn't want to argue with him.
Because he was not mentally all there. And so I think maybe it was my responsibility to help them with that, but I...
To say, are you sure? There's all these problems with doing that.
Well, I did say that, and then he was like,
No.
oh, what's the worst that could happen? And it's like, I mean, you guys could...
Yay.
spend like a insurmountable amount of time trying to oh, you can't sprint at the wall, yeah, trying to cross the bridge and failing, but yeah, then after much practice you feel ready to advance further in jumping, even though I was climbing. Yeah, my jumping is all ready to... my sleeping skills have improved vastly.
Good. Excellent sleeping. Only the finest sleeper.
But, yeah. Yeah, so anyway, essentially it there was one guy who could attack, right, and he was taking really long turns attacking, and everyone else was just like moving, inching forward, and I had it took so much longer because I had to deal with these constant like legal battles where people were arguing that they should be allowed to do this or that, or that I moved the pieces wrong or something.
Yeah.
And
Honestly, during my time playing D&D, I was surprised and not used to how many things that you can actually do in the game, to the point where I'm just constantly forgetting that I have the option to do more things.
yeah, I mean, it's also very like kind of freeform, so you can kind of
Right, exactly. But you're used to, when you haven't played role-playing games before, you're used to games being very restrictive.
Yeah. The issue also with like arguing with the DM is that it makes the DM switch his brain from trying to describe things very flowery and very beautiful, and trying to run combat. Like, because it's a three different. You have a lawyer brain that you turn on, and then you have like descriptors, pretty descriptions and stuff, and then you have like just running the system of combat kind of takes this like strategy brain. And it's important that you like have that kind of keyed in, because if you need to plan the enemy's attacks in such a way that like not that you're trying to like cheat for people, but like you're kind of trying to design you're trying to have the fight unfold in a way that's like more appealing. I don't know if that makes sense, but like not that you necessarily don't want people to get killed or something, because I guess you kind of do, because that does make it pretty exciting, but you're like generally trying to have it not be like a total you want if people are going to die, you want it to unfold in a cool way, and you want the player to feel like they have a certain amount of, you want to authentically give the player a certain amount of control over their death, if that is what's going to happen.
Yeah. Well, at least make them feel like if they die, they didn't die in an unfair way.
Yeah. You were trying to design an encounter that feels dangerous. Well, even like after you've designed the encounter, when you're running the encounter, you kind of want to position people in such a way that it feels like dangerous, feels fair. It is fair, it is dangerous, right? But like sometimes you need to kind of tweak encounters, especially if you didn't design the encounter, if it's just the book's encounter. Although I did tweak this encounter, I put all of the giants from the dungeon into one spot so they could sneak around them, and then they didn't. So, disaster. But so I've waited long enough that I should be able to pick up the dagger. And we can go.
Alright, cool.
And then next time we'll
back to reaping.
Yeah. After leveling up some climbing.
Sell some souls.
Yeah, of course. Souls. I've absolutely tweaked encounters on the fly to make them run better. Yeah. So anyway, the constant arguing with like stupid stuff where like someone was like, they were like, I moved the piece, and then they were like, no, it's supposed to be here, and I was like, okay, well, it's this, you started this far away and we've done this many turns, so you're actually back 3 spaces if you want to argue about it. Like, the reality is not only am I correct of where your piece should be, I started you 3 turns ahead to try and scoot you further in, so fine, we'll take 3 more turns, which is absolute agony. But it's like just constantly arguing about everything. And the more I noticed with that group, the more I let one person argue, the more like out of control everybody else was, where everyone started to get more dissatisfied and more whiny about more whiny, more dissatisfied, more whiny about like stuff that they wanted. They were like, it was like crazy. Like something would have resistance to something that they wanted to do, and they're like, it's like, what's the point of me even having abilities if everything can like, have a roll against it or and it's like, I don't know, man.
Calm the fuck down, dude.
Yeah, it was like, I can't even remember. It was something like ridiculous. Like they had a character that was like resistant to magic, or I can't even remember what it was, but it was like, it was a very unreasonable thing to be complaining about. It's like the enemy's thing was being resistant to a certain thing, and they were like, that's not fair. And it's like, there's many other things.
Yes, totally fair.
There's many other things you will encounter. It's okay. Like some things
it's not
are gonna.
Like all the enemies are gonna be that type.
But like they had a busy job or something, and so they like felt like once they were playing D&D, they were entitled for everything to work out for them. And it's like, come on, man. Like there's other people playing. You can't always just win.
Yeah, you have to like work together with people who have skills outside of yours and stuff like that. And of course that's difficult to do if you're playing with strangers or playing with people that aren't good at playing. But yeah, you gotta try.
Yeah. So, who wants a preview of
The next Elder Scrolls.
the next Elder Scrolls game? Don't worry, I saved.
The desert.
Oh, is it like a bad time for Rampage? Hold on.
A bad time to rampage.
Oh, here we go. Oh.
Hey, where's all their armor? Aren't they supposed to be like fucking knights and shit?
Oh. Elder Scrolls 6 right here. A group of warriors see your assault. Can't catch me.
You're too fast.
Coming for you.
Mass knifings. What is this, Britain?
Well, yeah, welcome to London. Welcome to London, motherfuckers. The villager fights back, and she changes skin color. Group of warriors see your assault.
So what is actually the aesthetic that they're going for with Hammerfell? Is it like Egyptian? Is it African? Is it regular ass knights?
It's like basically like a what do you call it, like Black Israelite type of thing, where it's like they're black, but they take all the Middle Eastern stuff and like claim that like the
got you. Okay, now it's all coming together. But they still like have like armor and stuff, like plate.
Oh no, so those are Imperials, like the model for the guards and stuff.
Okay.
They're replacing, and these are warriors, so that they go for the whole. Yeah, they don't have other models besides these for like the red guards. They don't have like red guards. They just have. No, am I stupid? Getting arrested is kind of funny, but climb faster.
Climb for your life.
Just won't climb. Oh, I need it. Yeah. Got some.
Climbing mode activated.
Sent by Yakub. I've gotta escape. There we go. Gotcha. Oh.
Halt.
Welcome
The
to
only-
London, motherfucker.
The only voice acting in the whole game.
Anyway, let's exit the game and check. Oh, that's the wrong preview. But we've
Yeah, Reaper campaign.
this one. Yeah.
It's live on Indiegogo. You can go buy your copy of the first book in an ongoing dark fantasy series,
Yeah.
and you're gonna love it. So you should go and buy it.
Yeah.
And that's my pitch.
Oh, and the I forgot the end to that whole saga with the frost giants and hill giants. It ends on the fire giants is like the last fortress, and what I did was I had the whole fortress be empty, and they were all killed. It's in a
it's a
mysterious
mystery.
battle, and they showed up, and then I'm just like, oh yeah, you could just take all the stuff. In the frost giant one, as soon as they got inside, thank God they got inside. Oh, you know what I think? I think what happened was they like retreated or something.
They like slept, came back.
And I was like dreading they were gonna go and attack the fortress again, and I was like, "Oh my God, please don't do this to me! Don't do it! Don't attack the front
Not
gate
again.
again." There's only so much I can like fudge and make sense, because they're adults. They notice when I change things, and so yeah. So it's like, so I would
You have to put your writing skills to good use.
to like yeah.
Manipulation.
So only 2 people showed up the next time because a bunch of people were busy or something, and so I was like, oh, maybe you should sneak in, and they're like, oh yeah, we could sneak in. So they sneak in, and then they're like, are there any guards in this room? It's like, oh, you hear them in the next room, and then it's like, I like roll some dice behind the screen, and I'm like, ah, yeah, they're going into the other room, not the one you're in, a different room. So they leave the room you want to go into empty. And they're like, oh sweet, so we could just sneak into that room. And then like
We're so lucky.
they're sneaking around and stealing stuff. And conveniently, all the frost giants. It was really funny. Behind the screen, I kept on rolling natural 20s for them to perceive, and I was like, I can't do this. It's just like, no, you just don't. It's like, yeah, no, they don't hear anything.
Yeah.
It was like, it was like, oh, they were like, oh, shouldn't they have disadvantage because we're in a different room? And it's like, sure.
Sure, yeah.
So I rolled 2 dice and I got 2 natural 20s, and I'm like, yeah, they don't hear anything. It's fine.
Even God hates their D&D incompetence.
So then it, I don't know. I guess my acting was good because this one girl that was like new was like, I bet Adam didn't see us just sneaking in and stealing everything in his carefully crafted dungeon, and I was like, yeah,
Yeah,
you got
totally.
me. So then the next dungeon, it was completely empty. All the loot was still there, and they had so much fun. They were like, this was a really cool session. Like afterwards, it's like,
Nothing happened.
it's like you
They're
guys.
just sneaking around.
Oh yeah, I don't know if this explains it more, but like before one of the sessions, it wasn't like an argument, but someone was like, it's like, yeah, I don't know why people think that socialism equals communism, and I was like, I just gave like a rudimentary like rundown of it, and they were like, oh.
But I love National Socialism. There should be a whole party just made for that.
So I just gave them like a brief rundown. They're like, oh, like they'd never listened to anyone arguing against them before. But yeah, if that helps explain how people could be so bad at stuff, yeah. But yeah, the fire giant fortress was actually really fun to run and really fun for them. It was worked out all around because all I did was just read what was on all the loot tables, and then I would roll dice that don't mean anything, and then just spit out a random amount of gold that was also in the chest, and they're like, yeah, and they're like, oh, can I roll the loot dice? And it's like, sure. And then they roll a dice, and I pretend to look at a chart that doesn't exist, and then I'm like, you get 1 ruby and 1 emerald.
Ooh.
And then it's like, oh, how much are they worth? And it's like, oh, well, would any of you know how to appraise a gem? And they're like, oh, no. could we go to a town and have them appraise the gem? I was like,
Yeah, totally.
sure. And then someone was like, oh, my backstory is that my father was a jeweler. And I was like, oh, really? And he's like, yeah, look, my character, I wrote it down. I was like, okay, yeah. So you can roll dice and appraise the gem. And then they like, roll dice. And then I, like, roll some shit behind this. I, like, just rolled the 2d10s. And I was like, yeah, it's 9d7 gold. Because I rolled a 9 and a 7.
Whoa.
Ooh. Oh, yeah, so... Yeah, anyway.
So much fun. Such a good session.
Ah, man. It was the best. It was the best dungeon. It was after the first two being like such fucking shit shows. The Fire Giant Stronghold was great. Oh, man. And they were so excited, and they were like, oh, that's like a mystery. Who could have killed all these Fire Giants? It's like, me. I can't handle it anymore. I killed them all.
Oh, man. Imagine being approached by them again and being like, can you do another D&D session for us? We're getting the gang back together.
I ran like three sessions or whatever, but I did this like tiny D&D podcast, and that was one of the things I wanted to like ask them how they would handle. I went the first one that I ran, it was just kind of like whatever stuff. But like, not ran. The first podcast we talked about other stuff. But one of the things I was gonna, if we did a second one, I was gonna ask them what they would do if they had players like that just like they only want this like one specific thing to be run, and they just want to repeat it over and over and over again. Like, how do you make it interesting each time without changing too many elements? And it's an interesting question because essentially it's like, how do you recycle a dungeon you've already made before and have yourself not go crazy? Because I've recycled a lot of stuff for Adventure League, because it's sometimes different people, and then you need a new intro dungeon, so you make it kind of easier or harder depending on like how smart they are,
Right.
so, or how like optimized their characters are or something. But yeah, I was like thinking maybe running a thing for like Reaper, but I don't know, probably wouldn't be that.
You should run your own role-playing game.
Yeah.
You come up with... Get a group together for beta testing.
Yeah.
I'd be down.
Yeah, no, I at some point I designed an RPG system. I tried to work with a friend, but like after the 1 year mark where like
They do nothing.
yeah, they hadn't delivered anything concrete. They were supposed to handle the system, and I was supposed to handle the writing. I ended up doing so much writing that I wrote enough lore for a diesel punk world, a deco punk world, modern world, fantasy world. I wrote so much lore and so many
out quite a bit.
so many like classes and stuff. I remember I had this one conversation where I was like, "Listen, man, like I have folders of shit, and like you need to deliver something. Like just you need to give me a character sheet." And he was like, you don't have folders of stuff. Like he said it in a really like nasty way that like I'm not doing the work that I'm claiming I was doing. So I just like spent the next like I spent like 40 plus minutes just dragging folders or dragging files over from folders into the Discord thing we were using. It was like so much shit. It's like so many pages. Just literally the process of just opening folders and dragging stuff in and then typing what it was in the document it took just like so goddamn long. So then like after like a year or something, he had a weird dice system he wanted to use. But I don't know. It seemed very complicated, and I was like, why don't we playtest it and then see what numbers? Because he wanted to figure out the probability so he knew how hard things should be. But like, I don't know. It just seems like you should playtest, and then what seems hard is like do what you make hard. I don't know. It's you just start there. But he wanted to figure out mathematically, and it was taking him. He was trying to do big math equations, but he also smokes a lot of weed, so didn't really happen.
Yeah, as it turns out, it doesn't make you a much quicker
Yeah.
or smarter at doing the work.
So anyway, after like a year mark, I don't know what math equations he was doing or whatever, but he never came up with a character sheet. So then after year mark, I was like, let's just call it, and then I'll just, just whatever. And then afterwards, I was like, still kind of wanted to finish it, so I made a character sheet, and I like fleshed out more of the system. I have like classes for. I ended up making the classes for sci-fi, like finishing the classes for the sci-fi version, and kind of the modern version, but not really the fantasy version. I have a bunch of class ideas that I think would be fun, but for fantasy, but I didn't really like flesh those out. I was just I don't know. I think mostly I was just I had it on my mind, like the sci-fi thing that I started I'm working on now. I kind of had the content of that story kind of on my brain, so I made those into like classes for the system, and then they were really fun. So they're really fun to think about and like balance and stuff. It's really fun to write the like item descriptions of like perks and things.
Yeah, so if anyone's ever interested in that, that's on the table.
Decopunk, yeah, it's like BioShock. It's like a more optimistic version of BioShock or Fallout, whereas like both of those are written by people that are very left-leaning and very like have this animosity towards the 50s. I would position it differently, like thematically, so that it's more optimistic. So you're not designing elements of the game to like hate itself, kind of. And obviously, because it's a video game, in both cases, you have elements that are really beautiful and really nice, and like make you wish you could see the world in a better light. Like when the people draw the posters for Nuka-Cola or the cars or whatever in Fallout, you could tell they're done with a lot of love. And so when you read journal entries by people that are like more bitter and stuff, it's different, right? When people writing all the journal entries for all the people in Sanctuary Lane or whatever, the community that you live in Fallout 4, you could tell all the journal entries are like written in such a way where it's like, oh yeah, everyone's got secrets, and like, oh, nobody's really happy, like, oh, they're all drug addicts, and like
they're all gay.
Yeah, everyone's gay, like
Yeah, Eric says he'd love to be up for beta testing.
Yeah, Sanctuary Hills, yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, I'd love to like test it out or whatever. I think like rightfully, I guess like I think like it makes the most sense logically to run a 5th edition D&D first, just because like I think vampires and 5th edition, like just being able to play both of those systems, I think gives you enough of a like touchstone as far as like knowing how to play tabletop games, and like Chaos Smash hasn't played 5th edition yet, so it feels like I should run like a short, like either one shot or like 3 session thing. I had an idea of like I had an idea of like a 3, maybe 2 or maybe 3 session thing of 5th edition. That would be cool. I thought it would be fun to do like a tiny adventure of like the setting of Guild Wars with the Char and everything. I thought that would be kind of
instead you genocide all the Char.
Right. Yeah, I had a video. I had a video about that. I don't know if I mentioned it in the video, but it was like super. It was super brutal as a kid. Finding like you have the quest to go rescue Prince Rurik's wife, and you find her remains shackled to a pillar in the middle of like nailed to a pillar or something in the middle of this like kind of lava field where there's all these like hydras and stuff. And she's been burned alive because they sacrifice everybody by burning them to death. And I was like, oh my god, that's so fucking crazy.
Horrible, yeah.
And I remember I sat there for so long reading the text when you discover the body that the enemies respawned and killed me, because I was so rooted to it because it was so dark, and it was like, this in the actual game the graphics aren't crazy, but the description was so striking of like her like pyroclastized like body melted into the pillar. Because the Char, that's what they do. They sacrifice them to their
like
fire
evil
gods.
or something.
Yeah, it's almost like they're evil. And then I played the DLC where you go to the north to finish off the Char, and I was like, holy shit, this is awesome. first character you meet is like this Char archer who's like sassy, and he's like, oh, dumb humans, they think we're all the same, you bigots. And it's like,
excuse me,
you know, if I map travel over to what is it called, Pike or something like that, like the if I go map travel back in time over to Ascalon, I can kill Char and collect your pelts, motherfucker. You're in the wrong game. And then in Guild Wars 2, there's like side quests where when you go to the Ascalon, you get quests to go kill the Ascalonian ghosts, and like the Char, like, oh, they just can't move on, they're all bigots. And it's like, you genocided them. Yeah. I was there. I watched Ascalon burn. I saw the last day dawn.
Oh man.
That's how the game starts. It says the last day dawns on the kingdom of Ascalon, and it's all beautiful, and then it all burns, and then like the writing staff just went way more woke, and so they just looked at humans as being evil. But like when I started the game,
always have to be the problem. Everyone else is the good guys.
Yeah, when I started the game, the Char were evil, and then the writing staff flipped and then decided that humans were bad because they had a problem with white people, and so it became this like it was so twisted. It just felt so weird to be.
That is awful.
Yeah, because like I guess that's the nature of MMOs, is like something constantly updating. Like the sequels don't happen like separated. The sequels happen all into the same world. So like wandering around one zone to the next, you can see a wildly different perspective from the writing. But yeah, I don't know if I mentioned the quest where you find the lady's like burned body, because that was crazy. And then it also made kind of not a lot of sense, because Rurik doesn't want to get revenge or anything. He just wants to leave. He wants to become refugees into another kingdom, and like that's the plot of the game. Is you follow the refugees moving from place to place instead of fighting back against the Char, which was like a hard pill to swallow, because I was like, no, we should take the fight to the Char. We should win. We should slaughter them.
Yeah.
Lynch and Callahan are probably dying next session, so you can do a 5e thing as a palate cleanser. You might die. Unfortunately, werewolves do aggravated damage, and I think you guys would notice if I had him like kick you or something. I thought about it, but I was like, nah, they would know. They would know if I just had him like get kicked through a building instead of using the claws to do aggravated damage. But yeah, I thought about it because it would be really cool, right? Because the sewer tunnels are filled with natural gas that's like burning. So if you got slammed into the ground really hard, there'd be a big explosion and like cracks through, like fire shooting through the cracks, which I thought would be very. My armor is effective against aggravated damage from claws. That is true. I don't know if I don't know if it's gonna. I don't know if one. Yeah, I don't know if one. Yeah, exactly. I don't know if one damage is gonna save you. Although, who knows? You could get really lucky. It's happened before.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But yeah.
I guess we can call it a night for now.
Yeah.
Maybe
go.
pick this back up next time.
Yeah, go back Reaper if you haven't already, and if you get like the perks that would make us ship you a thing without media mail, I can throw extra goodies in there.
Yeah.
If you want a Terminator, I can print some Terminators.
Yes. What say you?
Yeah.
Chat. Would you like some totally not copyrighted Warhammer?
Yeah. the whatever reason the commander guy I printed, he like fails all the time. I don't know why, but the Terminator, I feel like I figured that out. It prints. I could get more of those guys to print. At the moment, the silver is in. Oh, I forgot to take the thing off the. I should go check on that before Trisha goes to sleep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Make sure that it turned out okay.
Yes, the Sidharth statue.
Yes. They have been quite difficult on us to print those.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Anyway. I'm always up for legally distinct Chaos Marines. I don't know if I got any Chaos Marines. I was mostly focusing on getting regular Space Marines for my friend's son. So I ended up grabbing a bunch of. I figured the good guys are probably a good thing for a 7-year-old. But anyway, yeah. Thanks for hanging out, guys. It's been a pleasure, and we'll catch you guys again soon.
Yeah.